This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network. You can get the latest high school and college sports information plus great original sports stories at xlhsports.com.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
West Vigo High School for this afternoon's championship game of the Midwest Sprint Football League. Hello, everyone. I'm Herb King. Russell Hahn is my partner this afternoon. Good to have you along, Russell. And we'll have a great time broadcasting and talking about St. Mary of the Woods football and Calumet College. And when you look at these two teams, they have dominated the Midwest Sprint Football League. The last 3 years, it's been St. Mary of the Woods, Calumet, and Calumet as the tournament champions here in the Midwest Sprint Football League, and we're looking for a great ball game this afternoon.
Yes, indeed.
So as we look at these two kind of different ways to approach football, Russell was talking about defensively. Give us an idea of what we're looking at with these two teams.
So defensively, Calumet has only given up less than 6 points average per game. They've shut out 2 teams in this season in 6 games, actually 7. So they're going to be a difficult team to take on defensively.
Well, and then when you look at St. Mary of the Woods, they've been able to move the football. They're undefeated, which is the different one again. Calumet lost 1 ball game, but they avenged that loss this last week in tournament action where they took on Midway and avenged the loss the previous week. Both of these teams played teams back-to-back last week and the week before to get here. St. Mary of the Woods won both ball games against Bellarmine, and Calumet lost the end-of-season game to Midway and won the tournament game. That's how they got into this one. St. Mary of the Woods, because they were undefeated this year, ended up being the host for the championship game if they made it, and they were able to make this one and really going at. You just saw St. Mary of the Woods take the field as they normally do now, led out by some of their mascots and those kinds of things. Yeah, you can see the flag, mascot out there, cheerleaders. Really have a good time in promoting football here at St. Mary of the Woods. And with that, of course, this is the last football game for St. Mary of the Woods in sprint action. This next year, they'll go into the NAIA, where they will play in the Midwest, in the Mid-States Conference. And the Mid-States Conference is primarily the best NAIA conference in the country. As of this last week, they had 5 teams ranked in the top 20, 25 from that conference. Among those is Marion, which is currently ranked number 7. Number 11 is Indiana Wesleyan. They're in the other bracket of the conference. There's 2 separate groups. So this is the last time that St. Mary of the Woods will play in sprint action, and they want to go out a winner. On the other side, Calumet College wants to be the spoiler in this one. They want to win their 3rd straight championship here from West Vigo High School, the home of St. Mary of the Woods football. And with that, we'll take a very short break, and we'll come back and talk more about these two teams. You're watching the Sprint Championship here on Indiana Sports Network.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Fearless Designs is your champion for the finest in laser engraving. Fearless Designs does everything from trophies, hats, key rings, knives, signs, glassware, ceramic mugs, and insulated mugs. Fearless Designs is an Indiana company serving the entire United States. No order is too large and no order is too small. Contact Fearless Designs for all your promotional needs.
And welcome back. You can see the Crimson Wave from Calumet College coming out on the field as those guys get ready on the other side. They'll come out in the middle. We'll end up with a handshake, and then we'll have the coin toss as we get ready for this one. Russell, when you're looking at this one, again, both these teams a little bit different in what they've gone through. I think you're right. Calumet College has prided themselves on a very stout defense.
Yes, and we should see that again here today. If they want to win this big game, so this is the way they need to put an exclamation mark on the end of their
Carbon
season.
Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the
And when
Wabash
we look at St. Mary the Woods, they've been an offensive juggernaut at times, scoring very quickly, but they've done all kinds of different things. And with that, we'll pause and be right back. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, and you can see we're back after the national anthem, getting ready for this one. Both these teams, because it is a conference rule as to how they do things, they'll go out and shake hands before the ball game to try to get the sportsmanship aspect back into it.
Visit us at our original Terre, Haute location or
if you're
new
looking
Brazil
at both
location.
these teams, they really the rivalry is going to be right off the charts. Both these teams really want to play and really want to get after each other. And you can say there's almost a dislike because they really, the championship has gone through both of these teams all 3 years that the Midwest Sprint Football League has been in existence.
Coach, I've seen a lot of dislike between the teams on this field in the 3 previous games I've seen this season here.
And you can see it. It'll continue to go on. Captains are out first. Here comes the rest of them. They're out and lead on. They'll shake hands. These two teams, again, have shared the conference titles either in regular season or in tournament play all 3 years. They're the top 2 teams. They've been that way since the start of this Midwest Sprint Football League. And again, both teams really want this one quite badly. And for St. Mary of the Woods, they printed on their shirts things like, "This is our retirement tour. We won't be playing at this level anymore. We're going to move up into the next one," and that's going to be a difficult task for St. Mary of the Woods. But Calumet College desperately wants to win this championship, and they've done so the last 2 years, and they've done it on the field here at West Vigo. So you're going to see the best from both of these teams.
Most definitely. Calumet needs to finish off strong. They've got 1 loss, and they definitely want to make up for that loss. And St. Mary's wants to go out on top.
Well, you put those two together, and it's kind of kind of both of them want the same thing, and we're going to see what's going on. This will be a great opportunity to see sprint football. If you haven't watched a sprint football game, again, the idea is just the same as regular football. The only difference is when we look at this, the only difference is size. Again, these players have been weighed twice during the week. They cannot go over 190 pounds. As they've changed it, it used to be 180 pounds. They can't go over 190 pounds, and that is nationwide. There's 2 leagues of sprint football. There's one on the East Coast, which has Army, Navy, and several more of the, when I say this, several more of the high academic schools on the East Coast. This was started because there's nothing like it in the Midwest. St. Mary the Woods and Calumet were able to join the conference. Several other schools in it. We'll talk to the presidents of both these institutions at halftime and what sprint football has really done for their population, for the ability for them to recruit, and it's a really good opportunity for these guys. So, and when we ask about this one, again, a beautiful day. It's 75 degrees. I don't think I've ever seen a 75-degree day where we're going to play football in November in Indiana. A little bit cloudy in the skies, but at the same time, not too bad. Both of these teams will really go at it. So Brennan Randolph and Amy McCormick out for the coin toss. And we'll see if we can get through that one very quickly. Again, both these teams ready to go on this one. Official giving him the last rights, so to speak. If you're a football guy, you know what I'm talking about. Like, do this, make sure you're doing the right things, and then we'll get started. Ron Prettyman, the league president, is out there as well. He'll be the one that gives the trophy to the champions at the end.
Coach, you were saying a little bit ago the weight limit's 190 pounds. That's going to make the transition next year difficult and challenging.
Well, it will, because none of the linemen that are playing currently will play on the line next year. I mean, you're not going to gain 40 pounds overnight to try to do something like that. And in that league, I think the lightest lineman I've seen all year in the mid-states is somewhere around 240. So, you know, it'll be a different thing, and I know they've done a good job trying to recruit, and we'll see what's happening. Looks like St. Mary
the Woods has won the toss and is the first toss in the second half.
So St. Mary the Woods has won the toss. They've deferred, and Calumet College, the Crimson Wave, will receive the kickoff, and we'll do that when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Visit us at our original Terre Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner, and always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Balonies from our family to yours.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of Indiana can help. Call us for a free estimate and ask about an Atlas lifetime warranty. Yeah, you can call somebody else and pay a whole lot more. Or you can call Quality Roofing of Indiana, 812-870-0447.
I'm Steve Guernsey, and this is my account. When my brother and I decided to open a hardware store here in Brazil, Indiana, it was really important for us to stay local. Since the beginning, Riddell National Bank has been instrumental in all aspects of our business. The financing department has been wonderful. They've also helped us with some financing for our digital sign and for our roof. And most recently, they're helping us with our expansion. They are there to be a partner with you, and I tell you, they've been a really, really good asset for us.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
St. Mary of the Woods will kick it off. Connor Wardlaw tees it up at the 35, and you can hear the fans. They're going to scream and holler at this one all day long. Good crowd for Calumet College on the other side as well. Wardlaw makes the approach. He'll pound this one. Gets it pretty deep down to about the 5-yard line as the Crimson Wave will bring it out and swarmed under at the 22-yard line. Pretty solid return, and that's number 3 for the Crimson Wave, and that's Kadarius Jones, the wide receiver, with that return.
St. Mary did a great job of covering that up. You had 3 St. Mary players right there to make that tackle and help make sure he didn't get away.
So here, our first view of the Crimson Wave today. Slot receivers to the top of your screen. Single back in the backfield. Jamal Warnell is the back. Tight end and a wing. They're going to run the buck sweep off the edge. Nice run on the outside. He'll pick up 3 to 4 yards. That's a good carry out there. And a nice job by Jamal Warnell.
St. Mary did a good job flowing to the side where the play was running and plugging that up.
Getting ready on this one. They'll go no huddle almost the entire time. Quarterback is Zane Guthrie. Guthrie, a sophomore from Alabama. Guthrie will take this snap. Here it is. He'll step back to pass. First pass of the day. He's got a man down the middle, and they're going to call a hold right down the middle in the slot. That'll be a 15-yard penalty if it is an interference. If it's a hold, it'll be 10 and a first down. So either way, the Crimson Wave will move the chains and get that ball close to the 42.
In the other 3 games I've attended here, I've noticed a lot of penalties, and so this is just kind of right along with those other games. Hopefully we can clean that up.
Well, we want to have a clean game both ways, but that one's going to be a pass interference call. That's 15 yards from the previous spot. It'll be first down, and the ball will rest at the 42-yard line. It'll be Crimson Wave football. Again, Calumet at the line, getting ready to go on this one. They'll get the signal from the sideline. Here we go. Guthrie looking both sides, steadying his troops, see what he can do. Linemen are set. Here comes the snap. Guthrie fumbles the ball. It's loose, but picked up in the backfield. A great tackle that time. Number 99 for is Brody Smith with that tackle for loss. He's from Terre Haute South.
St. Mary's defensive tackles doing a great job fighting in there, moving left and right, and finding open space.
St. Mary the Woods running their traditional 3-4 defense. They'll flip the linebackers. It's overloaded to the top of your screen. They'll hand the ball off in the edge and picking up yardage and a good run that time. Again, Jamal Warnell picks up about 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. So 3rd and 9 on this one, and Calumet College needs to have one of those plays as the Crimson Wave have this opportunity here. They have the ball. If you've just joined us, we just started in the opening drive. Tied into the bottom of your screen. Wing off the edge is Kadarius Jones. Slot at the top of the screen, 2x2 set. He'll step back, throws a seam pass. It's caught. Man, what a great catch. Right in there, number 10 with that reception is Nino Barbosa. Barbosa was the quarterback 2 years ago, and right now, again, Guthrie has won the quarterback job, but Barbosa is an excellent receiver as well, a good athlete. Why not put him at the slot and let him run?
Coach, you're right. That was a very tough pass. We had 2 defenders in there, and the receiver still got the ball.
They adjust to an overload, and St. Mary the Woods is not adjusting. They're going to roll this one out. Got a man in the flat wide open. It's tipped, and he's going to catch the ball. An 8-yard gain goes out of bounds. A nice catch by Kadarius Jones. The throw by Guthrie.
Crimson's moving the ball really well, picking up yards on about every play. And we need to find a way to stop that.
Here it comes. St. Mary the Woods again lining up defensively in that 3-man front. The issue is when they overload the front, the Woods has not adjusted. They haven't gone over, and they've allowed the man to roll to the side. 2 backs in the backfield. They'll hand it off, and he is swarmed under as good opportunity for St. Mary the Woods. They lost a yard, maybe 2 on that play.
St. Mary did a good job coming up at that time and breaking through and stuffing that play in the backfield.
Jones again on the carry. He's a junior from Michigan City. It's 3rd and 4. 2-by-2 set, tight end at the top. They'll readjust and set the play. Showing blitz. Nope, they're going to hand it off inside, and he just gets swarmed again. They brought it inside. It'll be 4th down, a loss of 2. It'll bring him 4th and 5. 4th and 5 for the Crimson Wave, and out comes the punting unit. And punting the ball will be Adrian Zendejas, the sophomore from Hammond. He's the punter, and he's sitting back 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Now, St. Mary the Woods has also been known to go after punts early in the ball game. We'll see what they do here. Tough snap. He gets the punt up and away, and it's going to fall out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, and that's where they'll have it when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is our
Toski at quarterback. They're going to shuffle the receivers, move it over 3 receivers here to the bottom of the screen. Toski will hand it off inside, and here comes the rush off the edge. Nice run that time. Good hard run by Darren Hazard. Hazard is from Rosedale and Riverton Park High School, and he's been the lead back for the Pomeroys for 3 years.
Quarterback did a great job of faking the pass the other way after making that handoff to try to draw the defense the other way.
Toski sitting back, ball at the 14, 15-yard line. Toski sets back, throws the hitch, got a man open. He completes the pass for 1st down. So the Pomeroys pick up a 1st down, and the chains will move. Again, the championship ball game for the Midwest Sprint Football League here on Indiana Sports Network. Both these teams very evenly matched. Again, they've played in every championship game in the Midwest Sprint Football League for the last 3 years. Toski sets back, motion to the backside. They'll toss it out, and he just gets waylaid in the backside. That's a tough one. He's going to lose 5. So they tossed and put it back. 5-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. They're going to say he only lost 4. That was complimentary of him because he was back there.
Very generous of them. They didn't fake a play to the other way. They went again to the right side, and the defense was ready for them. They got through the gaps.
Nice play that time off the edge by the Crimson Wave. And you can see 19, that's Josh Tejada in on that last tackle. Here it comes, rolls out. Jeremiah Toski being chased. He's going to turn the corner, and he's up over the 25 to the 26-yard line. That'll make 3rd and 5.
Crimson makes the middle look really appealing. They have a lot of space between their nose tackle and their defensive tackles.
So they'll play those guys off the edge and give opportunities. Toski makes a nice move that time. Makes a manageable 3rd and 5. Hazard sets off to his left. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Hazard, nope, off to the edge. They look like they had it. Toski's going to go up the middle of the field. And there he goes down the middle. He gets just rocked from being front. It's a 1st down for the Pomeroys. The ball will sit at the 44-yard line.
That was a tough, gutsy play by Toski. He didn't just fall down and slide. He started to go down partially and then took kind of a helmet-to-helmet hit on that play.
1st and 10 for the Pomeroys. their opening drive of the ball game. Toski will hand it off. There it goes on the inside, and a good run, hard run, but a great tackle that time on that inside for Calumet. In on that tackle is number 34. That's Alexander Della Chase. And that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Hazard had nowhere to go on that play.
Hazard had that last carry, and you'll see him in probably most of the first drive here. Signaling in the plays from the sideline. They use wristbands for St. Mary the Woods. 2-by-2 set. Toski. Pressure up the middle. He's going to go deep. He's got a man down the sideline, but he overthrew him. That ball was thrown on the inside and just too deep to get to it.
The great thing about that play, even though he overthrew him, the receiver was slightly leading the defender on that play.
Yeah, and I know when we talk about that kind of stuff, I like to see it outside just a hair short. You still have the defender in a bad position, and you give your guy a much better chance to make the catch on that one. But you don't have an interception either way. If you throw that ball to the outside and short, you're not going to get an interception. He just overthrew him. 3rd and 9 for the Pomeroys. Toski moving the man across. He's got a man looking at the wheel, post wheel. He's going to pull it down. He was going to run. He gets sacked in behind. That'll bring up 4th down, and out come the punting unit as they're just a little bit too far to do anything with that one. It'll be 4th and 13, and out comes the punter. Darren Hazard will set back to punt the ball as well. Here it comes. Back inside. And it's Dodes. I'm sorry, it's a punter. That ball will check up at about the 17, and that's where it'll be when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
Where's that outside coverage?
Well, in the outside coverage, as you're talking about, Russell, on that punt return for the Crimson Wave, they left an opening, and we'll see if the Pomeroys will pick it up later. 4-man front now for the Pomeroys. They'll throw a quick one. It's tipped and almost had a chance for that pick. Good defensive play that time for the Pomeroys. That's number 9 as the defensive end. And again, good opportunity for them. And that's Jason Rucker from Evansville North.
Low passes like that are great opportunities to get a pick, possibly a deflection, and really will change the dynamic of the game.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 after that batted pass. A little different offensive formation now. Double tights. He's going to throw another hitch, and he just missed it. Good tackle out there as they'll pull him out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. We thought that was getting really close to being picked. Good defensive pressure that time for the Pomeroys, and a nice tackle that time by Kerry Lacey. And the completion goes to number 10, that's Nino Barbosa. Again, Barbosa, quality athlete. We saw him a couple years, or this last year, played some quarterback. They know who to go. You put the ball in your big playmaker's hands, and he's done it twice. 3rd and 4 for the Crimson Wave. Pomeroy set up. Here it comes, inside run, and they nail him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 4th down, and out will come the punting unit.
Pomeroy defensive center's doing a great job of swimming. The defensive nose tackle, he's doing a great job of swimming around, getting to the backfield and creating havoc.
So here it comes again, a good opportunity to flip the field for the Pomeroys. And Haas is the punter. And good snap. They'll go to punt the ball. And he gets it down and out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So at the 37, we'll be right back with more action here on Indiana Sports Network. Jeremiah Toski, the quarterback. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Looks, he'll roll to the left side. He's got an open man out on the corner. He got it. That's a nice throw and catch, an 11-yard gain, and a completion out to a number 85 for the Pomeroys. And I'm sorry we don't have that one on the roster today. Here it comes. Shuffle. They moved everybody around. Tight end on the right. Tight end trips. They're going to run. It's a buck to the right. He's got an opportunity, just gained a yard.
Number 85 is Damon Miller, wide receiver, 6'3" junior out of Indianapolis.
So, again, Miller on that last reception. Pickup of just 2 yards on the last rush as the running back in at this time, Patrick Pereira. Toski back. Lots of time now. He's going to scramble up the middle. He's got room. He's down at the 25, down to the 30-yard line.
Linebacker committed to blitzing and got too deep. That opened up the run lane for Totsky.
One of the good things right now that Jeremiah Toski is doing, and when he gets a little bit of pressure, he's not just giving up on it. Timeout called by the Crimson Wave, and we'll take one as well. No score here from West Terre Haute. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Visit us at our original Terre Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner, and always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Polonies, from our family to yours.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of Indiana can help. Call us for a free estimate and ask about an Atlas lifetime warranty. Yeah, you can call somebody else and pay a whole lot more. Or you can call Quality Roofing of Indiana, 812-870-0447.
Toski, I formation, going to hand the ball on the counter, going off the edge. He didn't get anything on that one, and no gain on that play. A good opportunity for running is, again, Xander Hunt with the carry off tackle. Didn't get anything on it.
Nice defensive play by the Wave there. They stayed home and plugged the gaps and refused to be blocked.
2nd and 10. 3 receivers now to the bottom of the screen for St. Mary of the Woods. They'll get ready on this one, including Miller, Hunt. Toski looks, sets. He's going to throw the fade down the sideline. He's got a man. That's a beautiful pass, but he went right through his hands. Beautiful pass. That's a perfect shot, and he just couldn't haul it in. So Cleveland, the intended receiver, and that's Corbin Cleveland from Missouri City, Texas, just could not haul that one in. He's a senior, and they took the shot, and they had him in a beautiful position, and Toski laid the ball in there, just couldn't bring it down. Here it is. Two receivers top and bottom. They'll recheck the play. Not very much left. 6 seconds on that play clock. He'll get the play off, and Toski rolling to the right side, throwing it up. Got a man and caught it. What a tremendous catch. It's down at the 12-yard line.
Really hard to defend a receiver that's got a little distance in ahead of you. Hard, you can't make that cover.
Perfect pass. Sometimes the pass gets you just because it's thrown in there perfectly and caught, and that's one of those you really can't defend that kind of a play. Here it comes, the Pomeroys with the ball. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. They can get a first down, but they'd rather just put it in the end zone. Miller split out here to the left side. In the backfield is Patrick Perea. Alongside Hunt. Xander Hunt. No, it's Perea up the middle, and he just gets whacked. So no gain on that one as they driving back. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Defensively, 34 stayed on the outside edge, stayed home and was watching. You could see clearly Alexander, senior from Las Vegas, dedicated, knows what he's supposed to do. If he goes in too deep, he opens up a run lane.
And you didn't even try to pronounce that one. It's Delache.
Thank you, Coach.
That's all right. Here we go, 2 by 2. Toski looking, has a man on a whip route. He throws it to him. He's going to pick up 5. That's an easy 5-yard play, but it really helps out because now you're at 3rd and 5, and the ball will be resting somewhere around the 6-yard line.
Coach is right. That looked like a practice play in the backyard. Just nice and easy, up and out.
Cleveland on that reception. And they're going to wait on this one because we've run out of time here in the first quarter. No score in the Midwest Sprint Football League championship game. We're from West Vigo on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is our account. For any business looking for a banking relationship, I would definitely recommend going to Riddell and sitting down with a loan officer and talking about some options.
We really wanted to open up a winery in our community, so we were the first to open in our county.
Riddell's been a really important partner in that. We've actually expanded 3 times now since establishing in 2017. And you know, we fully believe that when you partner with a bank like Riddell, you want to continue that relationship for the years to come as well, and that's what we've done.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Yes.
And welcome back as we proceed to the other end of the field to start the second period of play. No score. St. Mary of the Woods with a huge 3rd down play coming up here. And they're going to say he got 4 yards instead of 5, so it'll be 3rd and 6. Ball at the 7-yard line. They have to get inside the 1 to pick up a first down. And I'm telling you, they're looking at dialing up something else. Maybe a touchdown play. Ball's at the 7. Here it comes. St. Mary of the Woods with the football. And again, no one has scored in the ball game. Good drives by St. Mary of the Woods on this one, getting the ball down inside the 10. They're, of course, in field goal range, but nobody wants a field goal in this kind of a game. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, including the tight end. Snap, they throw. Right down the middle, he's got it, but he's down, and it looks at the 6-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 5 from the 6-yard line. All right, I'm going to ask, what would you do on this one, Russell? You going to take the field goal? It looks like that's what St. Mary of the Woods is going to do. They're going to put points on the board.
That's a good decision. Points are better than nothing, but if you go for the touchdown and you get it, it really gives you a big boost of confidence.
Here it is. They've shuffled over, and they're going to try to get this extra point. Connor Wardlaw in for the attempt of the field goal. He puts it up, and it goes through. 3 points for St. Mary the Woods. They're on the board. They lead 3-0, and we'll be back for more on Indiana Sports Network.
I am Pedro Piloni, owner of the Piloni's Steakhouse. I definitely, recommend Riddell National Bank because be honest, other banks, they'll tell me no. And I went to Riddell and they'll tell me yes.
With his background in the industry, we thought he had a really good chance of success.
That helped me, they pushed me to the right direction.
Riddell National Bank has always had a strong commitment to community, and bringing a high-quality restaurant like Poloni's to Brazil seemed like the right thing to do.
Thank you for watching the Indiana Sports Network.
So 3 points is on the board. Connor Wardlaw puts it in. The holder on that one was Peyton Harris, as he did a nice job there as well. Able to hold that one for the field goal in extra point range, basically. Didn't have to do a lot with that one. He put it through in the angled attempt. And we have a 3-0 score. St. Mary the Woods with that lead. And if you know anything about this game, it really isn't going to be a 3-0 game. Those field goals are going to help, but they're definitely not going to put you in the lead to win. Good pickup that time. He's got a seam down the middle of the field, and there he goes. Picked up close to the 50-yard line. It'll go to the 48, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crimson Wave. And we're going to keep this one here. They're really coming out on the field pretty quick.
Crimson did a good job blocking. We didn't get anybody down there to tackle the ball carrier, and that didn't pay well for us.
In the process, here it is. Again, Calumet College. They'll break the huddle and immediately get up here and try to get this going. They've used a couple different formation sets, and here we are. Again, a slot with a tight end on the top of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. As they'll get ready to go, Guthrie calling it out. They get the 3rd one back, and here comes the option. They're going to pitch it out. He just gets back on the outside. They should have had potentially a block in the back. No call on that one, and a tackle for about a 5-yard loss.
The tackle for a 5-yard loss is kind of like a penalty in and of itself. And St. Mary's didn't give up. They just kept moving upfield. Even if they didn't get the tackle, they slowed the guy down, and he had to adjust. So that really helped.
Linemen for the Crimson Wave are at the line of scrimmage as quick as they can get. They were looking like, should we huddle or not? And the center was calling everybody up. Let's go. Tight end here to the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Guthrie is the quarterback. Takes the snap. He'll roll to the right side. He's got a man in front of him. He's got a chance on it. And it's picked off. Is he inbounds? He is. Is he inbounds? They're going to mark him at the 48-yard line. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Whoa. It looked like the official went to mark it, and he didn't. They called him out of bounds. Very fortunate on that one. That was a great read by the Pomeroys. Still counts as a batted pass.
Josh Wentz out of Sullivan, Indiana, missed an opportunity for a pick there. He had it. They called it incomplete. He said he was out of bounds.
2-by-2 set for the Crimson Wave. They'll set up to go on this one. Wide rush by the Pomeroys. They'll take it outside, make him step up. He does. They got a hold in the back. That's a lateral, and it's picked up by the Pomeroys.
I think the back was supposed to be back there to get that ball, but he came up to help with pressure.
Fumble recovery is the official one by Christian Schunk from Linton Stockton. He gets the ball. 1st down, Pomeroys. They'll decline the penalty, and the Pomeroys are in business at the 36. And here they come.
That was a heads-up play by the Pomeroy to get back there and get that ball. They add pressure, and then they just move to the ball. Great play.
Well, you can tell the crowd's into it here because we're having a hard time even hearing ourselves at times. These guys are really going at it. Here we go. Pomeroy's with it, 2-by-2 set. In the backfield. Fake. steps up, and he's going to get drugged down. They got a nice blitz package there, did the Crimson Wave. They came off the weak side edge, and they dropped Toski for about a 3-yard loss, and a really nice play that time, a good call. Leading the charge there was Alexander Delache. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So although the Pomeroys got the ball on the turnover, they weren't able to do much with it. Hazard in the backfield. They run Hunt back, looking, Hazard on the screen, and he just wasn't able to get the ball thrown to him. Ball falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 13.
That pass was just a little bit off and low. Otherwise, Hazard had a little bit of room.
Well, this is the way this game was supposed to play out. Both these teams battling it out. Defensively, they both have played well.
This is also kind of similar to the other games we've seen here at West Vigo High School with St. Mary's.
Just an opportunity. Play action fake. He's got him. Oh, my goodness. He got him with the face mask. So even though the ball was knocked loose and it's Crimson Wave football, they're going to have a face mask penalty. That'll move it 15 yards forward and an automatic first down.
Toski was a little slow getting up on that play.
Here it comes. We're going to see holding on the defense. That's declined. What is that? Oh, they're going to call a hold on St. Mary the Woods, not the face mask, because they hit him right in the face. It'll be Crimson Wave football. Boy, I missed that one. That's not the one I saw. I've missed a few in my day, though.
In the 3 games I've seen this year here, it's kind of panned out that way. The officials don't always call it the way we see it, and definitely not the way the fans in the stands see it.
Yeah, they automatically thought the same way I did because his head went reeling to the side, and that's normally a huge indication of a face mask as he had his hands on his face mask. They didn't call the face mask, they called a hold right before it happened. Here's a power formation. This is what they did last year. And here it comes inside, and boy, great tackle coming off the edge on that one.
Pomeroy's ready for that.
And the play made by number 20, and that's Holtman Dodds. Dodds with a really nice job, and Dodds is the punter for St. Mary the Woods and does a really nice job. Holtman Dodds. They've got that power formation again. 3 blocking backs. They're going to snap it directly back and let the guy run, and here he comes. No, he goes to pass, and it's knocked down. Opportunity by Barbosa, and if you remember, I talked Barbosa was their quarterback a couple years ago, and a very good one. He was the one deep in the backfield to either run or pass it, and Barbosa had his pass knocked down that time.
Nino Barbosa, he's got a really low pass, and so it makes it easy to get in there and deflect that pass, defend against it.
It was Suggs with it knocked down. Barbosa off the edge. He's going to pick up 4 or 5. He's going to pick up 4. It'll bring up 4th and 6. They're across the 50-yard line. Don't be surprised if they go for it here. Nobody's changing on this one. A little bit different field position.
Might even be a great place for a timeout.
So 4th and 6. Again, Barbosa's going to be back in the backfield to get this one. So a big play. 4th down, power formation. And here comes Barbosa off the edge. Are they going to get him? And they do. They hold him back. He does not get the first down, and the Pomeroys take over when we come back on Indiana Sports Network.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus.
It's the Pomeroy's idea, and they're going to hand it off. Here comes Hunt off the right side. He had a chance to get outside. He turned it up in, picked up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Xander Hunt on that carry. They've gotten him more active as the season has gone along. He's an extremely good athlete. They have him listed as a quarterback, but at the same time, he has great speed and good hands, and they've used him as that wide receiver. And in this ball game, they've used him to put the ball in his hands on numerous occasions. 2-by-2 set for the Pomeroys. They got an H-back tight end sitting on the right side. Slot on the left. Looking inside. Here goes. Nice run. He's got a chance. Down the sideline and out of bounds. A great run that time by Zaire White. So Zaire White on the carry picks up a huge play for the Pomeroys.
Zaire did a great job. He's shifty. He kind of sets and waits and then takes off and slips back and forth. Great job on that run.
Good downfield blocking by the receivers. Cleveland split here to the bottom of the screen. Miller's at the top along with Hunt.
Zaire's a patient runner. When he has a hole, he takes it, judges his defenders.
Pass. They're throwing the deep one. They've got it up and out, and there goes the penalty on the I'll tell you what, that's a penalty that's known as a setup. And when I say that, you do it right, and the receiver goes like he's trying to make the attempt back. You know the defender's not going to give up and ultimately pushes him down 15 yards. That's from the line of scrimmage. That's just as good as a run. And you've got another first down. You've moved the chains.
And you don't take a chance turning over the ball like that in that situation.
Well, he threw it short, and that's a really, honestly, if you're thinking that's a really bad pass, it is, but it's purposeful to make sure he gets the potential for a penalty. Empty set, 2 wings, tight end here to the side. They're going to run the counter. Hunt, and nobody blocked the guy off the edge. The first guy on the counter, which is a guard, never touched his sole. He went up the field instead of going ahead and kicking out the end. They had opportunities. If they kick that end out, they're going to be running potentially the goal line. Here it is. Pomeroys with the football. Ball to 21-yard line. They've had a couple plays to give them opportunities. Toski waiting for the play. He'll check it in. 10 seconds left on that play clock. Zaire White sets to the right. Toski looking. He throws the hitch back to the left side. He's got a man open. 5-yard gain. Make it 6, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
That pass is a little high. He's leaving his receiver unprotected. He has to jump, get the ball, leaving his midsection wide open for a hit.
But they'll take the hit, and they'll take the 6-yard gain on a consistent basis. That's one of the plays St. Mary of the Woods has tried to use consistently here this season. White off to the right. They're going to run a motion. They got a man open. There comes Zaire White on the left side. He's got the first down. He's inside the 10. 5, touchdown, Pomeroy. And St. Mary of the Woods goes up 2 scores. Zaire White on a nice, nifty little 15-yard gallop into the end zone. They ran that counter back off the motion.
Zaire's a fun player to watch. He's quick, yet he'll stop, step one way or another, and then continue on. Great player.
Connor Wardlaw in for the extra point. Good snap, holds up, and kick is good. It's 10-0 Pomeroys when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
And Connor Wardlaw will tee it up. 10 points for St. Mary of the Woods. 8:06 left to go here in the first half as that big run by Zaire White. He had a great gain to pick up a first down, and then he made it through off the counter play. That's a pretty nice play. They ran the motion across, countered with Zaire White coming back, and man, an opportunity for St. Mary of the Woods with 10 points on the board. And the Crimson Wave are not out of this yet, folks, because they're going to come back and do some damage here in just a moment. You can see it's really close both ways, but so far, just the way St. Mary of the Woods has played has been a much better way. Picking that kick up is number 1, Quindarius Davis. He goes up to the side, up to the 38, 39-yard line. They'll mark it, where it'll be the Crimson Wave football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Your all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an all-pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one all-pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
Guthrie trying to draw him off sides with the long count. He'll recheck the play. Double. They got it up. Here it comes. He's going on it, and he's got the man wide open on the hitch and go. And I'll tell you what, that was close. Biting on that was number 12, and that's the sophomore defensive back, Vermont Johnson.
Trey Simmons on that receiver on that play, number 15. He wasn't sure which way to go. He got lost, wasn't sure where the pass was.
If they waited a half a second longer, it would have been an easy pitch and catch for a score. He just got the ball up, and it's not bad to get it up, but you got to know kind of where he's going. That's a timing play you work on in the offseason and see if you can get it down, and they just missed on an opportunity there. 2 receivers top of the screen, 2 backs. They're going to rotate him out. They're going to toss the ball to the edge, and it's a pretty good job, but they should have had a hold there, and they do. And that hold is going to be from the line of scrimmage. It'll go back 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20. Catching that opportunity, number 18 is Xavier Harlovich. The tight end, he's going to get caught with his hands in the cookie jar there with a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 20. Always tough because if he makes that cut inside, there's not going to be a hold, but he makes the cut outside, and to make sure he gets the block, he's going to hold him. That's just the way the game's played right now.
Yes, if he turned the defender loose, the ball carrier would have been stopped right there.
So they're going to say it should be 1st and 20, not 2nd. So it is 2nd down. I'm sorry, I missed that one, didn't I? There's the screen on the inside, and great play by the defensive end, a late hit. Will the penalty come in? It does. That's a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down as a late hit came in from the Pomeroys. Somebody hit him, and he's still down, and with that, we have a player down on the field, and he's being attended to, and with that, we'll take a very short break, and we'll be back. You're watching St. Mary of the Woods football on the Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
So automatic first down for the Crimson Wave, and player was not hurt on that one. That's Jamal Warner Warnell as he came off the field. So we have his backup in, 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, the tight end at the top.
They only gained 5 yards on that play, really.
Setback, he's got a chance to go. He throws it up, and it's out of bounds. That'll be 2nd and 10.
So on the kickoff, the ball was at the 40, and now they're at the 45.
Good opportunity now. Guthrie gets a play from the sideline, and I'll move a couple players in. The Crimson Wave definitely need to put some points on the board here at the end of the first half. 7:30 left to go in the second quarter. Tight end at the top of the screen with the wing. Slot on the left. They're going to run the reverse. It's down on the ground, and they'll lose 5, maybe 6. They're going to say 6 yards on the play. They'll lose. They'll bring up 3rd and 16.
That was a good save by the running back on that play, jumping on that ball. Bad snap, but good recovery.
Zadarius Jones, the back. They'll look on the inside. Here it comes. Zane Guthrie sets the offense. Tight end and a wing on the left side. Slot on the right. Trying to get the snap off quickly. They got motion across. They'll roll him to the side, and he just about got sacked but didn't. He's got a man open down the middle. Great throw, and that's a first down. If they mark this one short, that's on the officials, and they did. That should have been a first down, folks. He was way across the line. That arm was across with the ball. That should have been a first down for Calumet. Instead, it's 4th and 1.
Pomeroy's got some good pressure that time. Unfortunately, the quarterback rolled away to the opposite direction of the pressure.
Big 4th down. They're all big when you're playing in a game like this one. 4th and 1, and they've got the spread out. Here it is, 2-by-2 spread. Pomeroy showing blitz, and they do. And they come in there, and they catch him short. He did not make that one. The head linesman's got him short by a yard. It'll be a turnover, and the Pomeroys will take over. 1st and 10 when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
Not yet.
When he ran into the line, he ran in tall. He didn't get himself down like he was trying to plow through the line.
They're going to measure it.
When the
the linesman has him further than the head linesman, and I'm going to say that's both sides of the ball. This could be a first down depending on where it goes. And I'm telling you, on that 3rd down play, he had the first down. That arm with the ball was ahead of the line at the 45, excuse me. It's short. It'll be Pomeroy football.
Tough turn of events for the Wave.
Well, they measured it, and he has a right to measure it. It was well under a yard. But again, the spot by the head linesman on that one, I would agree with more than the other one. But the previous spot by the linesman on the other side, he marked it short. It definitely was a cross.
Yes, he extended his arms with the ball.
With the ball, and he was way across the line. And he made a mistake on that one and cost the Crimson Wave a yard, and that yard ended up costing them a drive. Here comes the Pomeroys. Are shifting everybody. They've got a bunch set now to the left. Don't be surprised if they run it that way. Here it comes. Short side bunch. No, they ran the buck to the other side. He's got a hole, and he's going to pick up 4. You pick up 4 yards, that's a pretty good play. back on the outside, and with that run, again, nice one by Patrick Perea. The senior has an opportunity to run that one forward from Amarillo, Texas. Second, and they're going to say 6. They gave him about 4 yards is it.
Really hard to see his number. He's got his jersey rolled up so you can't see the young man's number.
Perea sets alongside of Toski. Perea goes out. That brings 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. It's an empty set. He's going to run. No, he's got a man open. Nice curl route. First down, Pomeroys.
Really nice decision there. He moves up in the pocket. As he moves, he sees an opening and throws the ball to the receiver.
Now they're going to have to reset the play clock in a minute because he took the ball to the other end. They're going to talk this one over, but I saw him as down. It'll be a first down for the Pomeroys. So first down for the Pomeroys. They'll move the chains. They'll give him 25 seconds on the play clock. They'll reset it. He does. The official has to have that one reset, and here we go. Pomeroys with the football, 1st and 10 at the 44. Looking. That could have easily been called on that one. It wasn't. Ball was thrown out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Low snap on that ball there. The quarterback had to go down and dig that ball out. That threw the whole time out a little bit.
Well, I was looking on the out route, and he got held up. He had a hand on him and turned his body, and a lot of times that gets called a pass interference. That time it did not because, again, the line judge is not looking at that receiver. And with that one, we have a timeout called by the Pomeroys. They lead 10-0. We'll be right back with more action here from the Mid-State Football or Midwest Sprint Football League here on Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no-interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
St. Mary the Woods with the football, motion across into trips. They're going to hand it. No, they went for the bubble screen on the outside. Makes one man miss, and he's gobbled up that time. No gain on the play. Good opportunity. They just couldn't get anybody by, and that was, again, the wide receiver, number 7, Caden Matsky from Marshall, Illinois. Just right across the line here. 3rd and 10.
No gain on that play. That's a tough deal.
Well, he made one man miss and kept him from going backwards, but at the same time, he wasn't able to get past the second one. You got to block those guys out there a little bit better. Looking, play action, got a man, should have him up the hash. No, he goes down the middle, and they're going to call a hold on the middle guy. And the hold is away from the ball, but it kept him from going to the post. That's going to be on number 21 is what the hold is going to be. And you saw him on the field. He was laying down there. So pass interference, that's a 15-yard penalty. That'll put the ball inside the 30-yard line for the Pomeroys on another first down off of penalties. And Russell, we talked about these two teams, and my idea on this game, the last couple that I've called between them, it is this. The team that makes the most mistakes, normally it's penalties, both before and after the play, It's fumbles, it's interceptions. And to how this game's gone so far, it's been the same thing. Those pass interference plays have really caused some problems. Zaire White gets bottled up. He'll lose a yard.
We need to throw the officials in there on that third down play.
First down. Yep. And those are mistakes that you really don't want to see happen in a football game. But the mistakes by the two teams is what I'm basically talking about. When you have somebody that either drops a ball or the interference call or the fumbles or, in this case, the penalties that you're trying to keep somebody. And that may have been a good penalty because he was open down the middle of the field.
He definitely was. He got tripped up, and he was going to get beat. The defender is going to get beat.
Toski down the middle. He tipped it up, almost a pick there. Good opportunity. Trying to get it to Xander Hunt on that crossing route.
Looked a little casual on that play. Maybe like he didn't know who was around him.
Well, I don't think it was as much casual. He just didn't want to wind up and chuck it really hard because he was about 3 yards from him. And that's a really hard pass to make anyhow. And he just kind of nonchalantly put it up there and got it knocked down. Good defensive play there on the inside by Tony Madrano, the number 5 on the inside playing that defensive end. Toski, good rush. He's got a chance, and he threw it out of bounds. Would have almost liked to see him keep that one, pick up 5 or 6, and give him another shot. It'll be 4th down. They're in no man's land, so they're going to go, but there's a penalty flag on the field. So there is a penalty flag down. He's looking at Calumet. That means that the penalty is on St. Mary the Woods. Normally it's a hold where that one occurs. They're going to decline the penalty from what the coach just gave as the ultimate signal. That'll bring up 4th down for the Pomeroys, and out comes the punting unit. And I don't know about that one. They're at the 30-yard line. No, they're not. In comes the offense. Now they should be able to hold that one until he says yes, everybody subbed. Because that's not how it's supposed to go. And it's college football, and they held him up a little bit, but not very much. Here comes the Pomeroys. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. In the backfield, Perea along with Toski. Miller at the bottom of your screen. Hunt in the slot. They're going to throw. It's batted down. Another great play by the Crimson Wave. That's Robinson Hale, the defensive lineman, knocking that one down. Hale comes from Crestwood, Illinois. And with that, we'll pause, come right back. It's Crimson Wave football. So the Crimson Wave will take over with this one on the 30-yard line.
Toski's pass was low on that. Instead of trying to get above the line, he was just trying to scrape the top of the line.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the height of Robinson Hale made a difference on that one too. That young man is tall enough to really cause some damage on the front line. And, you know, if you can't get there, you're supposed to jump up in the air and knock it down. He's done a good job of that one. Tight end here at the bottom of your screen. 2 tight ends. They're going to hand that ball off, try to run it up the middle. They get 2 or 3 yards, but the problem is they're going to actually get credit for 1 yard. So a 1-yard gain, ball to 31. We're at 2:56. So now everybody's playing for that 2-minute timeout. Timeout comes at 2 minutes. Good opportunity to run by Jamal Warnell. Warnell continues to run well. He's from Orange, Texas, and he's a junior. 2 tight ends, 2 flankers. 5-man front. They're in a 5-3, and that's why they're having trouble. It could be vertical. Nope, they throw the hitch, and he missed him. Here he goes down the sideline and driven out of bounds. That's a good opportunity. And first down for the Crimson Wave as he gained about 15 yards off the missed tackle.
We got 2 minutes to go. They got plenty of time, especially if they get a couple more plays like that. Would have been nice maybe to see a field goal attempt down there. They were close to his range.
Here it comes. They're going to get this one off. And no, they don't. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Score is 10-0 Pomeroy's, and with Crimson Wave driving the football. We'll be back for more action from the championship game of the Midwest Sprint Football League on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Visit us at our original Terre, Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner, and always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Polonies, from our family to yours.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
2-minute timeout, 10-0. St. Mary of the Woods with the lead here in the Midwest Sprint Football League Championship game from West Vigo High School, the home of St. Mary of the Woods. Again, the last two championship games that have been played here, the Crimson Wave have come away with victories. This one, St. Mary of the Woods has jumped out to a 10-0 lead here in the first half. 2 minutes, and there's plenty of time for the Crimson Wave to have an opportunity to score. And they're set up, and you can tell what they're going to do. It's hitch and go, or it's fades. And now that St. Mary of the Woods has changed their defensive front against this, and it's pretty weak to run. Edge, here he goes. Nice little throw. They got him in bounds, and here comes a 4-yard gain, and the clock's going to run.
So I was wrong when I said about his range was at 48 yard. Our range is 27 yards along.
Right. Yeah, and there's a difference in the kickers on both sides. Here it comes. Again, two tight ends set. He's going to go for the fade. Here it comes down the sideline, and they got nothing on that one. It'll be second down. 1:27 left to go here in the first half. It'll be 3rd and 6. So 3rd and 6 for Calumet College. Again, of St. Joe. And when you look at these two schools, they're very similar in their makeup. We'll be able to talk to both of the presidents, both from Calumet College of St. Joe, Dr. Amy McCormick, and the SMWC president, Brennan Randolph, will be our guest at halftime. Spread, they're going to throw, quick slant or quick hitch, and he didn't quick hitch enough. Threw it right out of bounds. It'll be 4th down.
Those snaps are getting awful high from the center to the quarterback. We might get to see a snap that gets missed.
And are they going to bring out the punting unit? They're talking it over on the sideline. And a timeout's been called by Calumet College of St. Joe. We'll take one as well. 1:24 left to go in the first half.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of Indiana can help. Call us for a free estimate and ask about an Atlas lifetime warranty. Yeah, you can call somebody else and pay a whole lot more. Or you can call Quality Roofing of Indiana, 812-870-0447.
I'm Steve Guernsey, and this is my account. When my brother and I decided to open a hardware store here in Brazil, Indiana, it was really important for us to stay local. Since the beginning, Riddell National Bank has been instrumental in all aspects of our business. The financing department has been wonderful. They've also helped us with some financing for our digital sign and for our roof. And most recently, they're helping us with our expansion. They are there to be a partner with you, and I tell you, they've been a really, really good asset for us.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
Calumet College with the football. 1:24 left to go in the second period. setting back, looks, throws it up. He's got a man down the sideline and threw it out of bounds. He had the man potentially open on that fourth down play, and that gives it over to St. Mary the Woods, and they have enough time at 1:18, and where that ball sits, they can run a 2-minute drill and see if they can get it down and even attempt a field goal. They've got the time to do it if they can just manage the clock pretty well.
Definitely going to need some passes in there. If you're going to run the ball, we need something that, well, we need good blocking, and then if you run out of space, you need to be able to get out of bounds and stop that clock.
Well, if you remember the first drive, it was Toski on scrambles, and he hasn't scrambled the ball with the ball much here in the second quarter. Play action, he'll go to throw, and he gets almost sacked in the backfield, and there he goes down the sideline. He'll just throw it up, almost picked off, was it? They're saying it was. What'd the officials say?
The officials saying, waving his arms, saying it's incomplete.
They're saying an incomplete pass. I'll tell you what, he was right there. I thought maybe he picked it.
I was surprised he threw it. I just figured he was stepping out of bounds and hitting it.
No, you can, when you're outside now, you throw that ball out of bounds, but he didn't. He threw it inside the line. You just got to throw it past the line of scrimmage, out of bounds, and it'll be nothing. He put it into the area of play and almost got it picked. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Here comes Hazard. He'll run it up in there, not get very far, but at the same time, the clock's going to run, and they'll bring up third down. So that third down, but they're going to run the clock down unless somebody's going to call timeout. And they did. So Calumet College of St. Joe calls timeout, and we'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
Big opportunity. Here's Toski, 3rd and 8. They'll hand it off to Hazard. He'll run to the left side. He's going to go nowhere, but that's going to run the clock down unless somebody's going to call another timeout. So it'll bring up 4th down, and we'll say 6 yards on this one.
Crimson Wave is really watching out for Hazard.
It's time for the halftime report on the.
And with that, you're right. They're really watching for what's going on. But again, the clock running down right now, and you're going to have to either punt or throw it up or do something. So 4th and 6, they may take the shot here. Or call timeout, one of the two. And they call timeout, St. Mary the Woods. And we'll take one as well. It's 10-0. Just under 8 seconds left to go in the first half.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Visit us at our original Terre Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner, and always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Bologna's from our family to yours.
And the punting unit is on, and that's, again, for St. Mary the Woods. It's Holtman Dodds from North Knox, Bruceville, Indiana. He's going to be the punter. And they're just trying to get something going here, see if a mistake is made. They went for the block, and they just about got it, but Dodds gets it away, and that punt's going to roll, and they're just going to let it roll. Shouldn't touch the ball. That'll be the end of the first half. And with that, the end of the first half of the Midwest Sprint Football League championship game. St. Mary the Woods 10, Calumet College of St. Joe nothing. And with that, we'll be back and talk to both of the presidents of these fine institutions at halftime. First up will be Dr. Amy McCormick. You'll stay tuned for that one if you will. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of Indiana can help. Call us for a free estimate and ask about an Atlas lifetime warranty. Yeah, you can call somebody else and pay a whole lot more. Or you can call Quality Roofing of Indiana, 812-870-0447.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is our account. For any business looking for a banking relationship, I would definitely recommend going to Riddell and sitting down with a loan officer and talking about some options.
We really wanted to open up a winery in our community, so we were the first to open in our county.
Riddell's been a really important partner in that. We've actually expanded 3 times now since establishing in 2017. And we fully believe that when you partner with a bank like Riddell, you want to continue that relationship for the years to come as well, and that's what we've done.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
I am Pedro Piloni, owner of the Piloni's
Steakhouse. And welcome back here from West Vigo High School, the championship game of the Midwest Sprint Football League. And again, Calumet College and St. Mary the Woods. And when we say Calumet College of St. Joseph, we have the president here, Dr. Amy McCormick. And we've done this before, but boy, it just seems like it's old hat. 4 straight years these two teams have battled it out. It's really quite amazing.
It is. It's my 3rd time right here at this field, so it feels very familiar now.
And the last 2, the Crimson Wave have won. This one is a little tougher. I think both these teams are going to battle it out. The second half is definitely anybody's ball game as we talk football. But when we talk football, it's more about the student athletes and the things that have gone on and how that's happened. Tell us how sprint football has really changed Calumet College at St. Joe.
Well, it certainly added a lot of school spirit, but one of the things that I'm really proud of this year is when you look at the percentage of our athletes that are on the sprint football team, that's a pretty large percent of our total athletes because our team's about 85 players. And and this year we had an 85% retention rate for our sprint football players. And so if you know football, that's probably unheard of across the country at any school. So I make a point to really let them know how proud I am because they are student athletes. And the other really accolade that they've received this year is that we are a Champions of Character school at the gold level, and that's the first time in our history. And again, when you have so many sprint football players, they really carry a lot of weight. And so we have a GPA average for all of our athletes above a 3.0. And so I'm really proud of our students and then what they do in the community for service and what they do on the court and the field and in the bowling alley.
Yeah, from what you're looking at, you can just see it come full circle. You start the program, and you're in your 4th year, and then all of a sudden, now those kids are the leaders, and your student body is acting on that leadership, and they do a nice job in the classroom.
Yeah, I'm excited this year. We have an honors learning trip every year, and it's our seniors that are in the honors learning community, and we're going to Argentina. Wow. And I just looked at the list, and we have a couple, I think 3 of our leaders on the football team going. And so these were obviously leaders that started the team with us back in 2022, and so it's going to be really fun to spend. It happens right after graduation, so to be able to kind of congratulate them and spend a little cultural immersion trip with them in Argentina will be really fun.
Well, when you look at at the university, when you say Calumet College at St. Joe, what kind of student athletes and what kind of programs are you really interested in bringing students in? Because we're going to have a lot of people going to watch this game simply because they don't know what sprint football is, and so they'll come back and look at this, and this is going to be one of those things where you get to give the plug for what Calumet College at St. Joe is really about.
Well, we're a pretty small school, so it is very much a family atmosphere. When I was talking to a parent just last night at the basketball game, and he was talking about his freshman son and just how it really felt like a community and a lot of support, and the team. It really is very much a family atmosphere. Our largest major is business, and we have a master's in management and soon a business administration. And then we also have criminal justice is another big major for us, and we have a master's in public administration. So again, if you want to go on and get your master's, and then our probably third largest program is kinesiology, and a lot of our athletes want to be in that health and wellness field. And last summer we approved a master's in exercise and sports science. So and then psychology is probably our next biggest major, but we have master's programs and teaching, and I've seen a lot of young men that have gone into education and they want to be teachers and then coaches.
Yeah.
And we need more role models in our high schools of young men, and so I'm really excited to see an increase in the young men that are going into education.
Well, and yeah, I'd like to see that too, because everybody, especially in smaller schools in Indiana, are really struggling to find teachers that already have been educated for the classroom. A lot of schools are picking up people that have a degree, but they don't have that ability to really go in and work in a classroom. They just haven't been able to do that. And so we're pulling in teachers that don't necessarily have the education part on how to actually deal with classroom things. And I've seen that firsthand with what's going on, but I think that's a great opportunity for a lot of these kids. So just given the opportunity in the school, what kind of things are you looking at doing here in the near future, or different programs that you're looking at expanding, or those kinds of things? You got anything going on?
I do, and I'm going to mention a few of them, but education is near and dear to my heart, so I do want to do another plug, because we do have a lot of people that have bachelor's degrees but aren't certified in teaching, and we have a transition to teaching program, and it's a Saturday program, so it allows you to work and come to school on Saturdays, and it can be completed in 14 months. And so for any teachers that are in the classroom but they don't have their certification, we are helping the state of Indiana get those teachers certified so that we can put more certified teachers in the classroom, because as you mentioned, it's a huge need. A couple of exciting things we have coming up is we're doing a lot of physical renovations on the campus, so that's always exciting for the students. But we're also starting flag football, so one of the things that we will be adding next fall, we'll be practicing on a new turf athletic field on our campus.
Oh, wow.
And so that'll be a practice field for our sprint football team and soccer teams, because we won't have a lot of bleachers, but it'll be the home field for our flag football team, which will start next fall. And cross country, had a big cross country for a while, and that faded away. We're bringing that back. So we're just doing a lot of exciting things that support the students, are exciting for the students. We have a new program called the NOS Service Scholars, and it's for our students that live on campus to be involved in service in the community. So lots of exciting things going on.
Sounds like it, and it's been an exciting year for sprint football at Calumet College of St. Joe. And when we look at that, again, thank you for joining us and giving kind of that outlook on what's going on, and we wish you the very best. And I know when St. Mary the Woods moves up, that places Calumet College as right now the premier team in Midwest Sprint Football League. And you can just take that along with your coaches and be very proud of what's been going on. And with that, we'll pause, and we'll be back and talk with the St. Mary the Woods president, Brennan Randolph, in just a moment.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I am Pedro Piloni, owner of the Piloni's Steakhouse.
I definitely, recommend Riddell National Bank because be honest, other banks, they tell me no. And I went to Riddell and they tell me yes.
With his background in the industry, we thought he had a really good chance of success.
That helped me, they pushed me to the right direction.
Riddell National Bank has always had a strong commitment to community, and bringing a high-quality restaurant like Poloni's to Brazil seemed like the right thing to do.
Thank you for watching the Indiana Sports Network.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools,
And
7
welcome back to halftime. Brennan Randolph, the St. Mary of the Woods president, has joined us. We're going to give dual opportunities here, and so you get the second one. You had a trail, Dr. Amy McCormick.
Yep.
But if you look at the things, I'm going to ask you some of those same questions, and they're pretty simple. What is St. Mary of the Woods, when Sprint footballs first started out, what did St. Mary of the Woods actually gain from being in this league?
Well, it's a reflection that goes back just 4 short years,
yes.
And we've accomplished a lot in 4 years. But that first year, there was so much uncertainty of how we were going to operate this, how are we going to figure out the game day operations, and no doubt from the recruiting standpoint, we had a lot of work to do. But the best decision that we've made, and to date, he continues to outperform our expectations, and that's Coach Powell. He's one of a kind, very well respected in our community. And, he does more for these guys than just coach them on this field. He's coaching them through life, and I had an opportunity to actually speak to the guys before the game today, and I shared with them the fact that they're really blessed to have someone like Blaine that is interested in what's going to happen beyond their experience and their days at SMWC, because he truly does, and his entire team feels the same way.
Well, it's been 4 straight years you've been in the final game. You lost the last 2. You won the first one, and here we are again, just the upper echelon of the league as it's formed, and you can just see the excitement. The fans are a lot more excited today than I think they've been the last couple of years.
That's for sure. We're not going to talk about the last 2 years, obviously, but we're excited to be here. It's great to host. The weather is beautiful, 70 degrees, and we're pleased to have Calumet here with us. And there is a solid spirit in the stands today. We are just under 700 in the stands today, which is pretty much spot on with the attendance we had this time last year. And that's a really good number for a small institution. So we're excited about the day, and obviously here at halftime, we're on the right side of this, so we'll see how it shakes out.
Well, you never know how that one goes.
Yep.
So what kind of things are going on at St. Mary of the Woods that we think the folks would like to know about?
Well, obviously it's been a very busy fall semester, and we're wrapping this thing up pretty quick. But this team in particular is going to take a whole new lane next year as we move into the MSFA and taking this to an NAIA level. Coach Powell and his team, they're already working, really have been working since summer when our board supported the decision to move in this direction. And recruitment takes a different angle, and obviously the weight limit is really the main factor that's going to be managed differently. And we're excited about the enthusiasm that has come from applicants already, and one of the players that you'll probably note is from Terre Haute North right here from our community, and doing really well on the field tonight. So he's going to stay with us, and we're just excited about what that's going to do for the institution. A lot to take place in the next several months as we get ready for next year, which we already are. But yeah, that's probably on the athletic side one of the biggest things we have going on. It's keeping our AD, Kevin Linke, very busy, as you might guess.
Yes, it is. He really goes at it. I asked the question, what kind of things does Calumet College do as far as the main types of programs that kids graduate from Calumet College of St. Joe? What are the main things that St. Mary of the Woods has as far as programs that people are interested in, your top programs that people go, and I'm just going to say, number one, I've sent kids here, and they always talk about the equestrian. I know they're actually participating today in Indiana at a big meet, but I know that equine studies is definitely one of the top ones in the country.
It is for sure, and on the athletics side, so we have both the academic and the athletic components to that program. Outside of that area, you know, the number of students that come through our nursing program is a very impressive outcome for the institution on an annual basis. We have exercise science kinesiology students that are performing very well. We actually have some news that's going to come out in a couple of weeks about an exciting partnership that's going to allow those students to go on to another level. Business students are no doubt another big pocket of our enrollment. The psychology and humanities programs, as well as the education programs. So we have a really nice suite of offerings, and at the end of the day, we're hoping that we've been able to have an impact on our students, that they're developed as servant leaders for a community or for a world that desperately needs people that think like that.
Well, I also noticed in the last few months cooperation between Marion University and St. Mary of the Woods with an engineering program.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So students will be able to spend 3 years with us and then go over to Marion for the second 2 years. We'll end up being a 5-year program, which is not overly uncommon in an engineering track like that. And then we also have an early applicant decision option for students that want to pursue the osteopathic medicine program that Marion holds. So we actually had an informational meeting on campus just a few weeks ago. The dean of that program was over in Terre, Haute, and we had 8 students that were expressing interest in that program. So we're excited about what that's going to look like. Those are very new initiatives for us, but definitely things that will allow for additional enrollment and for students to come in through the woods locally.
And really, when I say this, if you haven't checked out what St. Mary of the Woods offers from an academic standpoint, it's tremendous. For a small school, they do a great job in getting kids prepared to go out in the real world and do things. I teach, and I've sent a lot of students here, and when they leave here, they just absolutely love the time they've spent at the Woods, and that's a credit to the community-based education that they get here at St. Mary of the Woods.
Well, I appreciate that. I agree. I'm also a proud parent. So my daughter graduated from our nursing program a little over a year ago, and she's gainfully employed and off my payroll.
That's the way it works. And when we say on the payroll, we're going to be on it in just a second. The second half is coming up, folks, for the Midwest Sprint Football League championship game. Again, St. Mary of the Woods leads 10-0, and we'll be right back with all the action here on Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are!
You're #1 at York.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began
when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
And welcome back. Ready to start the second half. The officials have broken their huddle in the middle, and we're ready to kick this one off. St. Mary the Woods will gain possession of the football to start the second half. And a big opportunity for them. They really want to go down and try to put this thing away early. But to do it, they're going to have to go the length of the field here. 10-0 is our score as St. Mary the Woods leads Calumet College of St. Joe here in the Midwest Sprint Football League Championship game. Again, the fourth year these two teams have matched up in the championship round. Here's the kick. A good, solid kick by Vinatieri. He puts it down inside the 5. And here it comes. Down to the left side, and he's going to get him hauled around and picked up. They're going to have him down at about the 17-yard line where it'll be St. Mary the Woods football on this one. And Russell's just kind of hustled back up here. Good opportunity for St. Mary the Woods here in this first drive to try to put some space between them and Calumet.
Got a great opportunity to speak to the Crimson Wave president just outside the press box, and wonderful talking to her about the future of this league once St. Mary's leaves.
Well, and they're going to have to go out and get a couple more teams to come in, and they had an opportunity last year. Just didn't work out well for them, but they need to expand, and so there are several teams, and, you know, there are certain schools in the northern part of the state that have opportunities. They could easily come into this and do some damage. Here it is, Toski in the backfield. They're going to shift the whole offense over. Wing here to the left. They're going to motion across, and they fumbled the football. It went on the ground and just didn't do anything good with that one. They'll lose 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15.
So Dr. Amy McCory, it's very easy to talk to, very approachable. Enjoyed the conversation with her and the outlook for this league and how she wanted Calumet and St. Mary to kind of be like the IU and Purdue rivalry.
Well, they had the chance here for 4 years, but with St. Mary the Woods moving into the Mid-States Football Association, we'll see what happens. They're going to look. They're going to throw it out. There's Hazard. He makes one man miss. He turns the corner. He's going to pick up that 5 yards back and maybe a little more. We'll see where they mark him down as he's over the first chain. It'll be 3rd down and 9 or 8. Yeah, it looks like 3rd and 9. So a big opportunity now for Calumet College to get a stop and a 3 and out here to open the second half.
The fumble was a big loss there on the 2nd down.
They're going to have to all get set. Quads. They're going to look. They've got a man on the hook. He almost picked it off. That was almost a pick six. You don't want to double clutch those. And boy, they got the surrender cobra up over there. Somebody's got it on their head. And when I say that, if you don't know what that one is, you're not the sports guy. I think you are on the other end of this. But, you know, they put their hands on their head saying, man, if I'd have just caught that ball, this game would have been really close because he would have taken that one back to the end zone easily.
There were 2 Crimson Waves players that had a shot at that on that outside edge.
Snap, kick, and decent punt. Got a nice roll. Is it going to go? And he falls down with, and a late hit. That'll really give him a shot. That's the tough one. You can't do mistakes like that. We talked about those kinds of mistakes are what changes this ball game.
You're very right, Coach King. He was on the ground. He committed to making the hit. He didn't try to move one way or another to get away. That player was he couldn't defend. He couldn't protect himself from that hit.
If you hit somebody that is not expecting it now, and again, those are automatic 15-yard penalties. And in the process, he was down, definitely down by several steps. And you're going to get a 15-yard penalty. That puts a great field position for the Crimson Wave. And Calumet College of St. Joe is going to have an opportunity, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. And here we go. I said this one, don't be surprised if this one starts turning the other direction for a little while till we find out who's going to end up winning this ball game. They still have in the backfield, they're going to run the power play, and making that move and picking up 5 yards. A good run on that one for number 10. That's Nino Barbosa.
So that gives them an extra group of blockers when they set that 3 group of backs there in the backfield. Need to knife in somehow behind there and get the quarterback or running back if they choose to go that path.
This is a tough one to stop when you're running because if you over-adjust, they'll counter on you. And it's just going to be pounded up in there, and they got him for about a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 4.
St. Mary's did a good job in the first half of defending that play when they put those 3 running backs in the backfield. We stuffed that really well, I thought, in the first half. That looked like some of the best run yardage they got off that set so far.
Kristen Schonk from Linton Stockton again on the tackle. And they're in the same formation. 3rd down. I think this is a 4-down territory for them. They've and they're going to get the jump. It should go both. We're going to see. You had a movement by Calumet College. The Crimson Wave moved as well as the linemen. So they're going to have both of them going, and that means it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Those kinds of mistakes kill drives. So now instead of being 3rd and 3, now it's 3rd and 7. Almost, I'll say 3rd and 8 as they move this one back. Here we go. Crimson Wave with the football. They're potentially in 4-down territory. Unbalanced set here to their right. They run the counter back, and he gets swarmed under. Barbosa gets tackled for a 3-yard loss. This is the set, this powerful offense they used last year to beat up on St. Mary the Woods. But this year, St. Mary the Woods has done a really nice job here in the last 2 series of slowing it down and actually stopping it. Great job up front by the Pomeroys.
Most definitely, and the gentleman playing the left end of the defensive line stayed home. He didn't just run upfield. He was there in case something broke free.
Back to punt. Snap's kind of tough. They're inside. They don't get a really great punt. It's going to roll. That's where you're going to get it. It's going to go inside the 10-yard line down to the 8, where St. Mary the Woods will have it when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no-interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning.
Ball's handed off to Darren Hazard. He's going to rush for a -1 on that one.
This is
second
really
and 11. Go ahead.
Bad field position for St. Mary's. Would like to have seen somebody advance that punt and get it out of that hole.
Puts them in a potential passing down. 3 receivers here to the bottom of your screen. It's Perea in the backfield, not. So Perea on that last carry. Looks to throw. He's got it out there, but wasn't able to do anything with it. 3rd down and 11. And they're going to be calling for that punt team in a moment. So 3rd and 11.
The timing was off on that. The ball was, and the receiver were not, they were far off from one another. That wasn't a very good play for us.
Well, really difficult task when you got somebody in your face, and that's the one thing that Calumet College has done is great penetration. They've been in his face all day.
And he was going to the wide side of the field.
Yes. Here it comes. Looking, sets back to pass. Got a chance. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man down the sideline. Caught right at the midfield stripe. They're going to mark him at the 47-yard line. With that, a great catch by Damian Miller.
Great job by Damian Miller. He really had to work to pull in that ball. He was directed. The quarterback was signaling, telling him go on downfield. And that great match up there. They did a fine job.
So flipping the field right now, the Pomeroys at midfield, having a chance to gain field position, if nothing else, off of that play. Xander Hunt in the play. No, they're going to counter and hand it off, and really going nowhere. They're going to lose 2 yards again. Calumet College is coming hard, and they've done a great job on it. Patrick Perea on the carry.
Really can't spend too much time in the backfield with the ball. You got to get it up there quick because that Crimson Wave, they are coming, and they're going to get you. They're going to stop you.
Good defensive pressure that time. Again, Robinson Hale with the pressure from that defensive end position that he plays. Also in there, Alexander Delache. He's looking. He's got a man down the middle of the field, wide open, catches the ball. Corbin Cleveland, he broke a tackle. He broke another one. He's down to the 15-yard line. First down, Pomeroy.
We got to be careful on that play. We pushed the defender in the back while the defender was trying to make the tackle.
Corbin Cleveland with another big play. He's had many big plays in his career. We have an injured player, and he's down on the field. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. A big play by the Pomeroys, and we'll return for more. I guess we'll keep this one here. We'll be fine. Here he is. So they've run out with the player on the field, and again, that was Robinson Hale who went down. So that pressure by the defensive end is going to be a little different now since he's not in the ball game. We'll see if the Pomeroys will try to run at that man. So calling everybody back onto the field, and here comes the offense. Corbin Cleveland with that big one, and you can tell him because he's got those bright green shoes, and you can just see him from all over the place.
You're right, Coach. He's easy to track that way.
Cleveland now runs in the slot position. 3 receivers here to the bottom of your screen. They're going to shift over the tight end, which is Ali Bakker. Inside run, and there goes down the sideline, and he'll go inside the 5. It'll be first down and goal to goal for the Pomeroys. At least that's what it looks like here. We'll see if they mark it forward. They do. They'll throw those chains down. It's first and goal. Pomeroys from the 5. Zaire White with that carry. Almost got it in. He broke about 2 tackles there really quick.
They do a good job of bringing in.
There he is. Zaire close. He's down to the 2.
Zaire is very good inside that 20-yard line. He's an electric type of runner.
He found the seam. He's found it twice. He's like, do it again. Let's go. And he's given the proverbial run it again signal. You know what those are. It kind of looks like, yeah. You just
spin your hands.
Spin your hands. Give me it again. They're going to run motion across. Here comes Cleveland. He's going to set up in a slot to the left side. Looking. They're going to throw it out there. Cleveland dropped the ball. And if he'd have caught that, he'd have probably gone in.
And stayed on his feet. He lost his feet.
3rd and goal from the 2. Pomeroys with an excellent opportunity, put some space between them and the Crimson Wave.
Cleveland's upset with himself. You can tell by the way he's walking across the field.
Well, you're looking at a senior who desperately wants to win this one. They've lost the last 2 years, and he's been here for those losses. He wants to make sure they go out with a win. Zaire White setting off left. They're going to hand him the ball. He goes inside. Touchdown, Pomeroy! They score on a Zaire White carry from 2 yards out. 16-0, St. Mary of the Woods.
Cleveland still nursing his wounds as he walks off the edge of the field. He knows he wanted that score and had a great opportunity.
But he had the big play to get him down there, too.
Yes.
Here it is, Connor Wardlaw. He'll kick this one up. A straight kick, it's good, and it's 17-0 Pomeroy. So we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Visit us at our original Terre, Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner, and always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Polonies from our family to yours.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of
Wardlaw is set up to kick the ball, and we want to thank our sponsors for today's game: Carbon Heating and Air, XLH Sports, Fearless Designs, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Poloni's Italian Restaurant, Quality Roofing, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. They onside kicked it, and he hit it early. I think he hit it early. No, he didn't. Pomeroy's getting on an onside kick. Where it lays right there, it went 12 yards, but I thought he hit it real close to the 10-yard mark. The Pomeroys catch him off guard, pick up the ball on the onside kick.
Amazing play. They weren't ready for it, and great timing.
And it was a great kick. The kick was excellent, regardless of what's going on. Kick was excellent, and now the Pomeroys are really trying to do something spectacular here with 2 back-to-back scores without letting the Crimson Wave have the football. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. Empty backfield. They're going to they're going to run that counter, and they run it inside for no gain. Good opportunity.
Lead blocker got through there good. You could see him make it through and then look for somebody to get once he got through the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, the back wasn't able to follow, and that would have been a nice pickup if he had.
2nd and 10. St. Mary of the Woods has done a nice job throwing the football for big yardage and then punching it in. There's a difference between that and just trying to throw it down the field all the time.
Yes, there is.
Here he is, play action. He's got a chance. He's throwing it down again. And it picked off. That's a great play by Damon Johnson, who caught the football at the 15-yard line.
We got a flag on that play. We had contact with the quarterback's face mask. When he's trying to throw it, he got a hand in the face.
Well, it may be a hold. They're calling a hold on St. Mary of the Woods is what they're saying. So let's see. It's a timeout on the official. And we had a big collision on the reception. The ball popped up. It was picked off by Calumet College. The referee is waiting for everybody and seeing what's going on, and we'll just kind of keep it here for a second and see if we can figure out what's happening. And with the referee, again, we want to thank our sponsors for today's game: Carbon Heating and Air, XLH Sports, Fearless Designs, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Poloni's Italian Restaurant, Quality Roofing, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. You know, Russell, we have a couple other big things going on. Basketball's getting started. The Gobbler Classic games are going to take place in Greencastle on the 29th. That's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And we'll have those games online here on Indiana Sports Network. 4 of those ball games with some of the area's best teams, so you want to check those out. Also check the St. Mary of the Woods sports website to see what games we'll be broadcasting from St. Mary of the Woods, where we'll get to see the men's and women's teams in action. So coming up on that one right now, Corbin Cleveland. And he's limping off, but looks like he's going to try to come back. Probably got the wind knocked out of him pretty good is probably what happened. It was an interception because there was a hold on St. Mary of the Woods. That was declined, as the official says, and it'll be first down for Calumet College. It acted just like a punt. That's what I always tell the guys. If that thing is thrown that deep and they pick it off and he goes down, that's at or better than a punt. But Calumet College got the ball on the turnover. That emotional lift could help them. We'll see what happens here. So here comes the Crimson Wave, 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Empty set for Zane Guthrie. He'll run the football up the middle, and he doesn't get anywhere. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
It's interesting the way they change quarterbacks around. That might make a little difficult to gain consistency with your offensive line because you don't know what that quarterback is going to do. They change. Every quarterback's got his own style.
Well, and honestly, last year when they used Barbosa, he was like the player of the game last year, an extremely good athlete. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to do this. Empty set, they throw the hitch. Back on the side, he makes one man miss, and the ball's loose, and it's picked up, and the Pomeroys have the football. It'll be 1st and 10, Pomeroys, and there comes the flag. There's the 15-yarder, and it is an unsportsmanlike is what it looked like on the sideline. We'll see what happens here. We'll keep it here to see what's going on as he's labeling this one out. The ball was out. The ball fumble recovery. Oh, sideline warning, and that's on the Pomeroys. And with that, it'll be St. Mary of the Woods football, 1st and 10 at the 20. So, Coach, you've been on the sideline too. Russell's a coach, been there. Coaches Bud Wright for 27 years. If you know anything about Indiana football, which both of these teams should, you know who Bud Wright is. So Russell's been one of those guys that's been coaching football for a long time. And with that, here come the Pomeroys back at it. Here's the interesting formation they're using today. Almost a bunch to the right. Now they're going to shift them over, and they'll go bunch left. Overloaded. Here comes Hazard off the edge, and he swarmed in. That's a great tackle that time by Damon Johnson, who's had a tremendous ball game for Calumet College.
The bunch on the right side, and when it moved over to the left, they changed it. It wasn't a square, it wasn't a triangle-shaped bunch on the left side.
They just have that opportunity to do something with it, trying to overload and run the buck sweep, but they ran it backwards. They ran it away from the bunch, and that's normally you run it towards the bunch. Here it comes. Inside, no, he's got a boot. He's got a man wide open, gets it out there. It's a great play. In it, and touchdown, Pomeroy! Caden Maskey with the reception and score. Caden Maskey scores. The Pomeroys go up 23-0. So St. Mary of the Woods gains huge opportunities here. Even though the onside kick didn't exactly work, it still worked to the favor of the Pomeroys in terms of field position. Connor Wardlaw in to kick the extra point to put that 24th point on the board. It's up, and it's good as well. 24-0 Pomeroys when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of Indiana can help. Call us for a free estimate and ask about an Atlas lifetime warranty. Yeah, you can call somebody else and pay a whole lot more. Or you can call Quality Roofing of Indiana, 812-870-0447.
I'm Steve Guernsey, and this is my account. When my brother and I decided to open a hardware store here in Brazil, Indiana, it was really important for us to stay local. Since the beginning, Riddell National Bank has been instrumental in all aspects of our business. The financing department has been wonderful. They've also helped us with some financing for our digital sign and for our roof. And most recently, they're helping us with our expansion. They are there to be a partner with you, and I tell you, they've been a really, really good asset for us.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
That's what they were doing.
Okay.
Connor Wardlaw is going to kick this one off. Huge plays by St. Mary of the Woods to go up 24-0.
Yeah, 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
And the Pomeroys have owned this third quarter, scoring twice. He pooch kicks this one. No fair catch called for. He's going to go, and that's a big hit, big collision. But boy, Calumet College will end up with the football to 41 when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Welcome back again. St. Mary of the Woods with 2 quick touchdowns here in the third period and extends their lead from 10-0 to 24-0 over Calumet College. Empty set for the Crimson Wave, double tights, and here they come. They throw the quick hitch, almost picked. Good opportunity. They're reading those, and now comes the hitch and goes. Because hitch and goes are the way where Calumet College had an opportunity in the first half and missed him. He was wide open. Nobody around him, about 10 yards deep. They'll try it one more time. So 2nd and 10, Zane Guthrie setting the offense. He's the quarterback. Split out wide here is Kadarius Jones. And again, they're trying to get the Pomeroys spread out. Faking the blitz. Play. They got a man deep down the sideline, and he just threw it out of bounds. Again, tough to do that when if you're throwing verticals all the time, you're in trouble.
Some frustration starting to build up on the left outside wide receiver when that ball bounced and he didn't have a chance. He hit the ball away, showing some frustration.
So it's 3rd and 10. In comes another quarterback. This time it'll be number 4. That's Destry Peebles. Peebles, a junior from Atlanta, Georgia, and he'll come in to play quarterback for the Crimson Wave. So the third different guy we've seen with signal caller for the Crimson Wave. Peebles sets back, quick screen. They got it up the middle and making a move, and the Pomeroys pick him up 4 yards short. It'll be 4th down, and I don't think the Crimson Wave are going. I don't think they're going to punt.
They need to get something going, and this would be a good time to do it. It's a little risky.
Destry Peebles, the new quarterback. He's in. They're going to move people around, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Into the game is Joseph Romero. Kadarius Jones are both the receivers on this side as showing blitz. Peebles almost swamped in there. Here he goes. He's got a man open. He just throws it up and out of bounds. And with that, a turnover for the Pomeroys. So they'll have the football 1st and 10 at the 47 when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
Pomeroy's at the football, 1st and 10. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the third period. Toski, pump fake, he throws a deep one, and there's nobody there but a Crimson Wave. There's another penalty flag down on this one, and returning it all the way back down that sideline and maybe all the way, breaking another tackle, and just caught from behind by Xander Hunt. There is a flag on the field, and it's clear back at the 32-yard line, so we'll see what they decide on this one.
Quindarius Davis did a great job of picking off that ball, and exceptional job moving the ball upfield and missing tackles, breaking tackles.
We got a couple players down. Looks like one of them is potentially a cramp. We're seeing what the other one is. We'll take a short break and be right back. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
Well, the penalty flag was pass interference on the Crimson Wave. That was right as the ball was up in the air. The field judge called it, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, which will place the ball at the 35-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pomeroys. Again, those opportunities for mistakes being made in this one really created havoc because the Crimson Wave had the football clear back at the 15-yard line if they had not interfered with the receiver. And the flag went down early in the play, folks. It wasn't like it was made up. So he immediately called the pass interference in the play. And now the Pomeroys are going to have the football 1st and 10 from the 35. Into the ball game comes both Perea and Darren Hazard. Hazard running the football, and they're just going to pound it with Hazard. So Hazard picked up 3 or 4. And with that, gain of about 4 yards.
They blew the ball dead, and Hazard was still advancing.
Well, the other one is the fans are all upset because they thought it was two guys were locked up and going at it pretty good. Weren't any punches thrown, and one of them actually pancaked another one on the block. So here it comes. Again, Hazard in their Wildcat version. They're going to move a guy across, and they move the front. Hazard driving the football, and he'll pick up about 2 yards in this one. So 2-yard gain will make it 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 for the Pomeroys as they continue to try to drive and milk the clock. 2:35 left to go here in the third period. Championship Saturday here in the Midwest Sprint Football League.
Hazard in the gun again.
Looking, they'll hand it crisscross. He's got a seam, and he's up for the first down. They ran the crisscross applesauce play. And when you say that, you hand off one, hand off to the other, and it's a lineman carrying the ball, correct?
Yes, number 57 had that carry.
And that is Lane Slutter from Sullivan, Indiana, with the big carry and a first down. They're pulling it all out, folks. Here it comes. Again, Hazard gets the football. He's powering it up in there. There's another 4-yard. And this is exactly what you want to do in this situation. You're up by enough points. You should be able to win. Don't turn the ball over. Run the football, pick up first downs. Go as slow as you can in the process. Run that clock down. It's good football, good opportunity for the Pomeroys just to run it down the field and do their job. Toski now is going to go back in and signal play, tell them what they're going to do. So Jeremiah Toski is still on the field, but he's playing wide receiver. They brought in all the running backs. It's a good opportunity. Here it comes. Again, he runs up in there, and he's got another 2 or 3 yards, and he'll go down. So it'll be 3rd and 3. Good hard running that time by Darren Hazard. And, you know, I talked earlier, and I'm like, look, this guy just runs forward. That's what he does. And in the high school offense he came from, that's what he was good at doing. So here he is, Darren Hazard playing that Wildcat quarterback. Patrick Perea on the side. They snap the ball. He's got a chance. He's going to throw the fade. It's picked off in the end zone. And nobody's running to get it. They think they got him offsides, and they don't. This could go all the way back. That's a great block. Down the sideline they come 102 yards for a score. There is a flag down. They did have one. They're going to call the offsides. I didn't see it down. They thought they had him offsides, and that's why he took the shot. 102-yard interception will be called back on the play. And that's because
see how they call it.
Yep, somebody looks like they were offsides. Again, all of the St. Mary the Woods players just stopped in the middle of the play because they're like, hey, you were offsides. And with that, that'll give them the first down anyhow on 3rd and 4. Another mistake by that front line this time of Calumet College. A couple guys tapping themselves on the head saying, yeah, don't do that again. So it'll be first down for the Pomeroys, the ball at the 14-yard line. So it's a first down for the Pomeroys. And I'll tell you what, Darren Hazard just threw that one about 4 yards too short.
Yes,
otherwise, he had a touchdown opportunity. Again, timeout by the officials. They're kind of looking at this one, trying to get everybody set up. And they're going to take somebody off the field.
This is a good group of officials today. They don't spend as much time talking about the plays. They make a call, they stay with it, and I don't notice the fans being as aggressive and upset about the calls that are being made today.
Here it comes. Pomeroys with the football. Darren Hazard, the Wildcat quarterback. I don't know if you know this, he did this in high school too.
I did not know
Here
that.
it comes, power right up the middle, and it's driving down inside the 10 down to the 6. And that is just taking it. They're going to say he's at the 7-yard line. And that's the end of the third period of play. 24-0. The Pomeroys with the lead in the Midwest Sprint Football League championship game. We'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy,
downtown Brazil.
Visit us at our original Terre Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner. And always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Polonies, from our family to yours.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
We're going to enter the fourth period with St. Mary of the Woods with a 24-0 lead. The ball at the 7-yard line. And they have a chance to put 30 points on the board in this game. And realistically, Calumet College really has a solid defense, but the Pomeroys got two really nice plays to give them opportunities. And what they've done, they've thrown the ball well or had one or two big plays, and they've punched it in the end zone, which they weren't able to do last year at this one. The turnovers have been negated by both of these teams. There haven't been a lot of turnovers, but the penalties on Calumet College in terms of pass interference have really hurt them. Again, Hazard driving down. He's close to that first down yardage, and they're just not going to stop. They're just going to huddle them up, jam it in there. First down for the Pomeroys. It's 1st and goal from the 2. And you know they're just going to do the same thing. Snap the ball and let's go.
Yep, eat the clock and gain some yards on the ground. Pomeroys have had good success in the air today that the Crimson Wave has not been able to replicate.
Again, still that overloaded style formation. 2 wideouts. Here comes Hazard. He's in the end zone, walks it in. Darren Hazard with the icing on the cake. A 2-yard touchdown run.
He slipped through a seam there. They were foot to foot, and the defense overloaded one side and didn't fill the seam, and he made it in there without any issues.
Darren Hazard, the junior from Rosedale, Indiana. Riverton Park High School. The kick is up by Wardlaw, and he's successful again with the try. It's 31-0 Pomeroys when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
Whether it's storm damage or just old shingles, Quality Roofing of Indiana can help. Call us for a free estimate and ask about an Atlas lifetime warranty. Yeah, you can call somebody else and pay a whole lot more. Or you can call Quality Roofing of Indiana, 812-870-0447.
I'm Steve Guernsey, and this is my account. When my brother and I decided to open a hardware store here in Brazil, Indiana, it was really important for us to stay local. Since the beginning, Riddell National Bank has been instrumental in all aspects of our business. The financing department has been wonderful. They've also helped us with some financing for our digital sign and for our roof. And most recently, they're helping us with our expansion. They are there to be a partner with you, and I tell you, they've been a really, really good asset for us.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
And Connor Wardlaw is ready to tee this one up again. We're going to thank our sponsors, York Automotive, Riddell National Bank, Quality Roofing, Polonies. By the way, Quality Roofing is owned by Darren Hazard's father. That's why he advertises on this. Give him a call for your roofing needs. Polonies Italian Restaurant, Lynn's Pharmacy, the Hamilton Center, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Fearless Designs, XLH Sports, and Carbon Heating and Air. Wardlaw pounds this one. Low kick goes down just inside the 20, and trying to make that move up the sideline, and going down at about the 25-yard line is number 1, Quadarius Davis, the defensive back, senior from Benton Harbor in Michigan.
He's down about 35-yard line.
35. I said 25, didn't I?
You're good.
You said something about your eyes going bad. Mine are starting to go. Either that or my mind, one of the two. And my wife would say it's the mind. That's what's been going on. They're going to get him up here in just a second. I think he's got a cramp, is what he has. They're going to pick him up and he'll move back over.
He didn't have protection on that play. He was over on this side, and Pomeroy's got a chance to get to him. He didn't have anybody blocking up front.
Well, you know why? I always talk to the guys and I say, okay, if you're going to get tackled by one, that's fine. But when 2 or 3 are coming, get down. Make sure you don't take that second shot. And he's trying to do all he can, wasn't able to do it. Here comes again, I believe it's number 4, Destry Peoples. Destry Peoples is the quarterback on this one. Running back now is Dietrich Merriweather. Merriweather, the senior from Michigan City. So Merriweather sitting in at running back. Peoples goes to throw. He's going to put it up, and it's a bomb. He got it up there, and that should be a incomplete pass there as he went after a good opportunity. And he's still down, and we'll roll around for a little bit. We'll see if he's going to get up, and he's not. And out comes the trainers. We'll take a very short break. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're number 1 at York.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no-interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
And welcome back. Getting up and running off was Trey Simmons, the wide receiver. And again, from Michigan City, had that opportunity, just wasn't able to haul it in, and took a shot where you don't really want to take one at that point. He jogged right off and ready to go here in another play or two. Tight end here to the left side, slot on the top of the screen. Setting back is Peoples. He'll throw it up, and an errant throw will put the ball in the ground. I don't think it was tipped. Do you think it was tipped?
It looked like it might have been tipped.
Okay. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 10 as, again, trying to move the football, but with that incomplete pass, it. Stopped the clock. And here we go. Peoples in the backfield, 2 running backs beside him as they'll try to go. One of them is Kadarius Jones. Looking at it. They throw it down the middle, almost picked off. That was a really good defensive play in the secondary for the Pomeroys. Knocked that one down, and that is number 16, Brian Simmons. And that's the one guy that hasn't touched the ball today. If Simmons is going to go back, if he's going to get his hands on the ball, they have not punted the ball deep enough that Simmons has had his hands on it. He's returned a couple for touchdowns. He's a dynamic player. He had that batted pass on that one. Don't be surprised if they pound this deep, Simmons has a chance to take it back. And they got it deep enough. Nope, they're going to let it roll. Simmons faked him out, and that will be first down, Pomeroys, when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network. Pomeroys with the football, looking for the play, and here comes one of the linemen. They're going to move him over, and here comes that power set again for the Pomeroys.
13:40 left in this game.
Can you run 13 minutes? Because the Pomeroys would just love to do that. There comes Perea off to the side. He's going to run for 2 yards.
Nobody reacted to Hazard when he come to the opposite direction on that play.
Don't be, in other words, don't be surprised if he keeps the ball and takes off with it.
Yes, I'd love to see that play.
Pin and pull, they've been able to do it. Some people, the old guys call it buck sweep. You know, the newfangled way is call it pin and pull. You pull certain linemen get them in front and see if the back can make a cut off of them. In the backfield for the Pomeroys is number 5. That's Marlon Salmon. Here he comes, right down the side. Makes a little juke move and gets out to the 26, and here comes a flag off the side, and that may be on the sideline violation. There's a lot of crowding on the sideline here for St. Mary of the Woods. We'll see. So the field judge called that one. If you get hit on the sideline, and you can see the guys. Oh, personal foul, and it's going to go against the Pomeroys, and that's tough because it's after the play. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and where it's marked, it'll be half the distance to the goal. It will not be 15 yards, and the play counts, which means now you've got a 3rd and big time, and here comes the regular offense in.
Just need to hold on to the ball here, get a short gain, or if they can figure something out, we got 8 yards.
Got to do something here. 3rd and 15.
And the clock wasn't right. Now they've changed it.
3rd and 15, and here it comes. A regular spread offense. Toski back at quarterback. They're going to try to pick up 15 yards here on this play as they run it all the way down. Timeout's called right before the play clock expires. We'll take the timeout as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Championship game in the Midwest Spread Football League. And when we look at this one, 31-0, the game is not in doubt. It's just got to finish it up. We will have the trophy presentation, and Zaire White, no, it's not. I think it's Martin. No, it is Zaire White with the carry. He doesn't get the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 13, and they'll be forced to punt. So here comes the punt team.
Played it safe there, didn't take any chances of throwing a pick or.
Yeah, you just don't want to turn over. You want to end the thing and force as much time off the clock as you can. So back in punt formation, Holtman Dodes, a North Knox graduate, is stepping back there. Here it comes. Good snap. Decent punt. He gets a good one off on this time. Backs up the receiver, which is Barbosa, and he turns the corner and gets just annihilated on the backside. And there's a penalty flag on Calumet College, as after the play there was a response by one of the Crimson Wave on one of the St. Mary of the Woods players as he was trying to run off the field, and that'll cost 15, and we'll get started here back much further.
Pomeroys did a better job that time of keeping the pressure away from the punter. We've had some times where the pressure got pretty close. That time, pressure wasn't there. We kept them back.
And a really solid punt that time by Holtman Dodes. So in this one, the umpire will turn around. Dead ball. There's your personal foul against the Crimson Wave. So we'll reset the position. It'll go to the 27-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Calumet College. 11:32 left to go in the ball game. Again, the ball game is not in jeopardy. It's just how you're going to play it out at the end. Peebles takes the snap, shovel pass on the inside, and they're going to bottle him up for a loss of about 2 yards.
Good penetration that time by St. Mary's, and there's some extracurricular activity going on now.
And now you've got another player down on this one. A lot of pushing and shoving back there. And with that, we'll take a very short break. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Fearless Designs is your champion for the finest in laser engraving. Fearless Designs does everything from trophies, hats, key rings, knives, signs, glassware, ceramic mugs, and insulated mugs. Fearless Designs is an Indiana company serving the entire United States. No order is too large and no order is too small. Contact Fearless Designs for all your promotional needs.
And the championship game of the Midwest Sprint Football League, we did have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as the referee was walking by several players from Calumet College. So the flag went up. They're going to carry the young man off of the field, and we're going to move the football back half the distance from about the 25. So with that, it'll move back 12 yards, 12 or 13 yards. The official will make his announcement here very shortly as both of the teams come back onto the field.
That might be the worst injury we've seen all night. Everybody else gets up and walks off pretty easily. That young man needed a fair amount of help.
So an unsportsmanlike penalty will put the ball back at the 17-yard line where it'll be second down. And they'll put it back at the 12-yard line. Crimson Wave football, again, they have yet to score as the Pomeroys have played very stout defense. They've done a really nice job and have not turned the ball over like what we've seen before. A couple of, they had an interception deep, but that acted just like a punt. They're going to hand the ball off. He'll run it up in the middle, and it'll go to the 15-yard line. Clock is going to continue to run. 10:55 left to go in the ball game. Third down and 23 yards to go.
Crimson Waves seem to be content with just running the ball there as opposed to try to pass. And
they're going to try to just get out and get on the bus. That's normally what you're going to do on this one. They're not making yardage. The Pomeroys are playing very well up front. And there's been substitutions in for St. Mary the Woods. People setting back. He's going to chuck this one deep. And a good catch that time for the Crimson Wave as going up and getting that. Number 88, that's Nathaniel Hoskins, a wide receiver from Las Vegas, Nevada. He catches it, and now the Crimson Wave have the football out at the 46-yard line with a 1st and 10.
we were there, we had him covered, but he had the inside position where the ball was at, and we weren't able to get the ball away.
And he just went up and made a really nice play.
Yes.
So Peebles looking for the play from the sideline. He'll get it. Tight end on the right. Slot here to the left. Peebles steps back to pass. He's going to throw another bomb. Gets it up. And there's a penalty flag for an interference call. And it'll go against the Pomeroys, and there's another potential one as we'll see what's going on here. So the penalty flags are down. So we've got multiple penalties, and they're both different.
Yes.
So we'll see how this one goes. You made the mention before that these officials have done a nice job in getting it out very quickly. This one will take a little bit more time.
Most definitely. The games weeks prior, a lot of flags. The officials.
Here it is. Pass interference on the Pomeroys. That's declined. You got an unsportsmanlike on the Pomeroys. That's going to be accepted. So you got a 15-yard. That's an automatic first down, and here it comes. So a 15-yard penalty. After this one, they'll move these chains, and we'll get started again. And that will be after the play, because if you take and you're really not going to take the pass interference call because of the play that was made, and then 15 yards on top of it puts the ball at the 10-yard line, where it'll be first and 10. I have it at the 11. Excuse me. Ball's at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10.
Let's see if Pomeroys can hold on to a shutout.
9:26 left to go. They're going to run. No, they throw the ball in the corner of the end zone, and that could easily be an interference call.
They were all locked up, definitely.
It was, I mean, they're both battling pretty heavy for it, but at the same time, we'll see how they sort this one out. So the officials will talk this one over. 9:19 left to go here in the ball game. I want to thank our sponsors: Carbon Heating and Air, XLH Sports, Fearless Designs, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Poloni's Italian Restaurant, Quality Roofing, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Again, transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. They'll take the half the distance because they have pointed towards the defense as defensive pass interference. That's declined. There's the pass interference. They're going to call it in the end zone, then that ball's going to be placed at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Game has really slowed down with all the penalties.
So, football is moved at the 2 yard line because the penalty occurred in the end zone. And so it'll be 1st and goal from the 2 yard line. Peebles, the quarterback. Alongside him is Dietrich Merriweather. Destry Peebles hands it to Merriweather. He's going to be over and in the end zone. Touchdown, Calumet College. So they get on the scoreboard. Their score, and their fans are cheering on that one. They've had a good year. They, again, lost to Midway the last game of the regular season, beat Midway in the first game of the tournament, and advanced here into the finals. And that will give them an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. It's 31-6 as we await the extra point.
Crimson Waves have a good fan base, good turnout at this game, better than any other teams that I've seen here playing St. Mary's.
So 31-6 is the score as they'll take this one. The PAT will be kicked by Vinatieri. Genu Vinatieri that holds down the ball, is blocked. He could scoop and score this and pick up 2 points. They need to get a block. They've got one. And there it goes down the sideline. He goes. Score on the weird play of college football. If you block the kick, you can scoop and score it.
That's the first play I've seen like that in 3 weeks I've been here.
It's a 2-point score. Number, who got it? Is it number 6, number 4? I'm missing it. Number 4 with that one for the Pomeroys, and that would be Carrie Lacey scores the 2-point conversion.
Big play.
So it is a 2-point conversion for the Pomeroys. And they'll get the football back. That is the odd one. You don't see that very often. But he blocked it, and when he blocked it, he put it back behind. And the only person that could catch him would have been the kicker. And the kicker got just, rocked a little bit on that one. So Terre will kick this one off. You know it's going to be an onside. Everybody's waiting for it. The only thing that's difficult in this one, because there's still 9 minutes left to go, they could pound it deep, but I don't think so. I think they're going to go for the onside.
Hopefully we don't back up and back away from it, like I know some other players have done a time or two.
Joe Vinatieri. Here he comes. Moving, pounds it. That's a good onside kick, but it's caught by the Pomeroys. And going down, they'll have control of the football when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
Very nice onside kick there. Pomeroys have the ball now.
Toski hands it off to White. Zaire White gets back to the line of scrimmage. And again, this is one of those where you just want to run clock as much as possible. They call it 4-minute drive, and you just want to continue to run the clock. If you can hold on to it for 4 or 5 minutes, you've done your job. You don't have to score. You just have to move the football.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Well, that 0 gain right there is not going to help them on that 3 yards. They need the extra. You and I remember Woody Hayes in the 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but that was with a full house tee.
Yes, definitely was.
I've run that before. Snap occurs right when it needs to. There's the counter. Up off the edge, here's White, and he gets smoked right on the side. That was a great play off the edge. 34, we've mentioned Alexander Delache because he's a tremendous player. He's done a really nice job for him off the edge. Gain of 2 yards.
He left the game earlier on injured and came back. That's good to see him back.
We have a report on the Monon Bell game. It's 41-20 DePaul right now over Wabash. The teams I wanted to win today have been winning. That's pretty good. Here it comes again. White with a nice move. He's got a chance. And that is a first down, and it was not White. Excuse me. It was Zaire White. He's close. They gave him short on that one. It'll be 4th and 1. The Mid-States Football League, which St. Mary of the Woods is going to be in next year, Mid-States. The Mid-States, again, Football League. St. Mary of the Woods is going to be in that. Was won today by Marion as they went undefeated in league play. Here it comes. 4th and 1. Toski takes the play in, and they're going to give it to Hazard, and he's just going to hammer it in there. Easy play.
He found the center of that wedge and just pushed right on through. He followed his wedge very good. Sometimes backs don't want to do that. They want to go freelance, and he followed very well.
So first down for the Pomeroys. They'll keep that clock running. We're at 6:28 and running. No, you look, DePaul is an excellent team. They're going to be in the national playoffs for Division III. Marion and Indiana Wesleyan should be in as well. The NAIA tournament announcing comes out tomorrow. And if you're a St. Mary of the Woods fan, you really need to be aware of what you're going to get into this next year and see some of those teams. Hazard pounding again. That's a big run. That's a 6-yard run against everybody in the box. And with that, timeout's been called, I believe. They whistled that one unless they got a penalty. And we're going to watch and see what he calls. Oh, they're just resetting the play clock because they had too many people in the pile. Here it is, 40 seconds, and they're going to wind the clock. Here it comes. And that allows them to take 40 seconds off the clock. Russell, it's been good having you up here doing this one. 5:38 left to go here in the ball game, but and I know you're going to help out here at Indiana Sports Network on future dates. I want to thank Wyatt Foster and Noah Gastineau, our camera operators for today. We're directed and produced by Tony Harper. If you need something and want to advertise here at St. Mary of the Woods for the multiple sports that we cover here, you need to get a hold of Tony here at Indiana Sports Network. Again, pounding it up the middle. He didn't get anywhere this time. Only a gain of about 1.
The great thing he did about that, after he got stopped, he started to work his way around the edge, and another defender had to come up and hit him and stop him. And Coach King, it's a great opportunity. I appreciate it. And Tony, thank you also for this opportunity. Not done anything like this, and it's wonderful.
Y'all think you want to do this until you get the headset on. It's a whole nother ball game. Here it is, 3rd and 2. We'll see if he does it again. Toski brings the play in. You know, that's the advantage of having a quarterback play wide receiver. He brings the play in, settles the guy down, break, snap it to Hazard, and watch him run. So you've got Hazard and Perea in the backfield watching this thing go down, and they got 20 seconds. They just put the lineman in a stance. Somebody could cramp out there. That's the bad part about that one. 33-6. Again, the 2-point conversion taken all the way back in college football. Almost had him jump off sides. And here we go, running that clock down. And they're just going to take the timeout. And they did. So with that, timeout on the field, we'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
Darren Hazard, he'll carry it up the middle. He's really close on the first down, but I don't know if he got there. And the line judge has the best spot on it. He's close, but not there. And again, just like we talked about, you said 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I think we're going 4 here, folks. He's really close, and they're going to run the same play again or try to get him to jump off sides. 3:40 left to go, and the clock running. Again, Toski brings the play in, and the offensive set for the Pomeroys breaks. Perea on the left, Hazard at the quarterback spot. He'll run it straight ahead, and he'll pick up the first down. He went up over the line, and that'll be a first down for the Pomeroys.
One thing impressive about Hazard, after he gets that hit, the defense has him. He continues to move, but he keeps his body low. He wraps the ball up, and you might see him kind of slide away from that defense and try to move on upfield a little bit. That's a great move.
So the clock should run in this one, and they move the chains as the clock continues to run.
We got a flag.
And somebody said something. So you've got potentially an unsportsmanlike. Somebody said something in that backfield, and that's not good. Unsportsmanlike, that'll get an automatic first down. So tough opportunity there, and automatic first down. They'll put it down there at the 3:05 mark, and it should get another 25 seconds on the clock to run off.
Quindarius Davis, it looks like he wants another flag. He's calling for a flag.
And he'll come off the field as coach pulls him off, says, come on, man, we don't need that one. Here it is. They're looking inside, no outside, and there he goes. White off the edge. They'll tackle him for about a 3-yard loss. So Barbosa back in on the defensive side there, makes that play. I'm telling you, Barbosa's a great player. Good athlete, can run, and he just wrapped him up and gobbled him up there in the backfield.
He sniffed that one out. He did a great job. He followed. He didn't sell out to the middle or the other side, the left side. He followed that ball great.
They're going to have to snap this ball before the 2-minute timeout. And they didn't get it snapped. Yes, they did. Here it comes. There's White off the edge, running down the sideline and got hammered off the edge. And they got a hold, it looks like, as we have a penalty flag on this one. And when I say that potential hold, it's just where they threw that flag, there were too many offensive linemen blocking there. We're getting close to that 2-minute timeout. And the clock should start after they reset this one off the penalty. Holding it is against the Pomeroys. So it'll march it back 10 yards from the spot, and it was past the line of scrimmage on this one. So it'll be 2nd and 17 is what it looks like. And they'll run this down to the 2-minute timeout, and we'll take one as well. Again, the championship game of the Midwest Sprint Football League. The Pomeroys leading the Crimson Wave 33-6.
Sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Visit us at our original Terre, Haute location or our new Brazil location for an exceptional dining experience. Open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner, and always remember we have gift cards and party tray size to go. Balonies from our family to yours.
Welcome to the beautiful historic campus of St. Mary of the Woods College.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
So welcome.
Well, welcome back, and I'm going to tell you this one. Tony Harper made the statement, and I'm going to use it. It's the end of an era for St. Mary of the Woods football and the beginning of a new one as they move to the Mid-States Football Association. And when you say that, the number one NAIA conference in the country. I mean, as far as depth, they've got all kinds of stuff going on there. A tremendous opportunity for St. Mary of the Woods, but also kind of scary because they're going to have to play with the big boys this next year. But, man, they came in and won a championship, and they're going to leave the Midwest Sprint Football League with a championship. And you can't say much more than that. Blaine Powell has done an excellent job in organizing this sprint football team at St. Mary the Woods. Got a chance to win his second championship out of 4 years. The first one he won, they were in the championship the last two. They won the divisional title this year, and they won the league regular season title last year. So he's been a championship coach all 4 years here at St. Mary the Woods. This is a chance to put that little icing on the cake when you walk away knowing that you've done the very best you can. White off the left side. He's running, and he'll get taken down. That'll bring up a 4th down. I don't know what they're going to do. They're trying to – a lot of whistles, and when you have a lot of whistles, either a flag or just trying to separate people.
White does a good job of zigging and zagging. Just a little zig and a zag really makes a difference. Throws the defenders off.
And here it comes. One more play. Jeremiah Toski getting a huge ovation as he comes over to the sideline to get the play. And the celebration is going to begin. There came the real nice bath on the sideline. One of the coaches got it, and that was real Gatorade, so that stuff's really sticky, and they got him good. 15 seconds, they're going to have to do this one. Here comes, they're going to get it over there, and with that, turnover on downs. We'll see if they just kneel this one or take it in. The defense will come out. 14 seconds left to go in the ball game. Again, St. Mary the Woods leaves the Midwest Sprint Football League the same way they came in, with a championship. This time, though, instead of doing it at Calumet, they do it at home in front of their home fans. And as President Randolph said, 700 people or so came into the ball game. They had a good crowd here for St. Mary of the Woods. That's a lot of people packed in here, and they'll end up winning this championship. Folks, we're going to stay on the air to watch the presentation of the trophy for the Midwest Sprint Football League as soon as this one's over. Again, 14 seconds left to go. They can kneel it and call it, or they can put a couple more passes up for Peebles. Destry Peebles, the quarterback in the backfield. He'll set up. He throws it out there. Little quick screen. Running around out there. They're going to haul him down outside. And that should be the end of this one. The Pomeroys are Midwest Sprint Football League champions. As they go in there, several players coming over to congratulate them. You can't take anything away. You think about Calumet College of St. Joe, and they really fought back. They lost to Midway 2 weeks ago. Last week they won against Midway, and tonight they just didn't have enough to really battle the Pomeroys.
They did not. Normally their defense will hold other teams to 5.6 points a game average. They've had shutouts, and tonight they couldn't do it.
We'll hopefully be able to turn this one over to our public address announcer as we get the opportunity. Do we have him mic'd up today? No. Okay, so we'll try to describe what's going on here as they get ready. Ron Prettyman will have the trophy and presentation in the middle, and I'll try to move over a little bit so I can see. So with the football, or end up with the football championship here, the trophy will be presented near midfield. Again, hugs around what's going on. We'll see if we can pick out what's going on in the middle. SID for the Crimson Wave heading out on this one. Again, These guys have been really great to work with and all throughout the league, getting these guys set. And the players are shaking hands. Calumet College understands that, again, they won't play these guys ever again. And the championship banner will be unfurled out here. They've got some different things. The Midwest Sprint Football League for the Pomeroys is no more as they win the championship 33-6 here from West Terre Haute. As Ron Prettyman out in the middle somewhere, we're looking at it.
Big jump for the Pomeroys going from this league into the league with Marion and Taylor. It's a big challenge. And this is the way to go out with the win of the championship.
We can direct our attention to midfield.
And they're look to midfield.
Congratulations to the St. Mary of the Woods Pomeroys on their victory in today's Midwest Sprint Football League Championship. At this time, Commissioner Ron Prettyman will present the trophy to President Brennan Randolph.
So Brennan Randolph right there in the middle getting the trophy from Ron Prettyman, the president of the Midwest Sprint Football League. And Blaine Powell has that trophy over his head, and the celebration is on. And there comes the banner that will fly forever at St. Mary of the Woods as they win the Midwest Sprint Football League Championship. Once again, an unbelievable opportunity for St. Mary of the Woods. There it is. You see it on your screen. The Midwest Sprint Football League champions of 2025. The St. Mary of the Woods Pomeroys. And congratulations, Coach Blaine Powell, all of the coaches who've done a tremendous job in organizing the program, putting them on the map as they take the jump this next year. And again, that's a huge thing for these guys. And you've seen what that program has done for the campus. Cheerleaders are starting to hop out there. They're going to get those pictures taken. T-shirts are out. Championship T-shirts are out for everybody. St. Mary of the Woods, the champions for the Midwest Sprint Football League in 2025. And for us here at Indiana Sports Network, we thank you for joining us and watching this championship series as the Pomeroys win. Stay tuned for more action on Indiana Sports Network from St. Mary of the Woods as we say so long this evening, Pomeroys, Midwest Sprint Football League champions.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.